It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started.
Hey, man, is that Double D? Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening their refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren.
They're utter shits. They're utter shits.
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement. Which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be off.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Like, please, like, we love them, but there's like 500 million of them.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
Lube for their rectal adventures.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg. It's a little bitty place. Otisburg. Okay, I just wiped it off. That's all. It's a little town. Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
5, 4, 3.
Great, Sam.
We dumping chump. It's a landslide, sir.
On guard.
It's time to mobilize. Let's go.
A giant penis.
Did you cry?
So much. I went into the house and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I just crawled onto her and sobbed.
Oh my God.
Well, ain't the old opening better?
On with the show.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
Get some cups.
Why did you do this to me?
Hop in the car. Get some cups.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? How dare get your hands off me.
No, we've only got one.
Ta-ta and farewell.
So I guess get him in the car.
Back when I was a kid, life was going swell. Till something happened. Blew everything to hell. That night my daddy stumbled in, all pale and weak. Said a woman up the block just gave birth to a geek. Mom said, sell it to the circus. What the heck? Dad said, nope, this one's a pencil neck. And if there's one thing lower than a sideshow freak, it's a gritty, scum-sucking pencil neck geek. You see, if you take a pencil that won't hold lead, it looks like a pipe cleaner attached to a head. Add a buggy whip body with a brain that leaks, you got yourself a grit-eating pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-cut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Soon the geeks were popping up all over town. You couldn't hardly sneeze without knocking one down. After a nice juicy steak, if you need a toothpick, just reach for a geek. They'll do the trick. One day we cut one up for fish bait. Learned our lesson just a little bit late. Soon as the geek hit the drink, the water turned red. Next day, sure enough, all the fish were dead. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Most any night, you know where I can be found. Yeah, stomping some geek's head into the ground. So keep the faith, cause in Blassie you can trust. I won't give up till the last geek bites the dust. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. They say these geeks come a dime a dozen. I'm looking for the guy who's supplying the dimes. It's gonna be real hard times for all of these grit-eating, scum-sucking, boot-licking, drop-kicking, gut-grinding, nail-biting, glue-sniffing, scab-picking, butt-scratching, egg-hatching, sleazy, smelly, pepper-bellied, dirty, lousy, rotten, stinking freaks. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek.
Hello, Vietnam. No, good morning, Vietnam. Isn't that what Robin Williams said in that movie? How's everybody doing? Good to see ya. I did not plan on streaming tonight, but a certain Mongoloid couldn't keep my name out of his mouth. So I figured it would be a good excuse because you know what I was doing? I will show you this. Get to put up Hungar's chat here in a moment, but I will show you before I do that. Working on a ship. This is for Blood and Plunder. I have the galleon put together. Maybe I'll show that off Wednesday. This is from the box set. I've never seen like a YouTube video of anybody doing this sort of thing. This is going to be like a ghost ship. I thought it was really cool. It's just one of the smaller like sloops in the Raise the Black box set for Blood and Plunder. Just did some modding. I love those heads. That was a moment of inspiration today. You know, those heads on spikes. Absolutely digging this. Easy to achieve too. Watered down lime green paint gives this kind of ghostly glow. So I'll get the sails on it when those are done. Those are drying right now, but got to get the inside of that door. Double D. Falling down on the job. So that's actually what I was working on tonight. Just doing a lot of Blood and Plunder stuff, doing modeling. That kind of brings me back, centers me of things going on in the online world. But you know, as I was doing it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm late. Condor and Paddy are going at it. Well, it was a debacle, and it was all Condor's fault, of course. First of all, our friend Hungar the Starvarian. Good Lord, you. Double D's not on his game. Get into streaming mode, Double D. $10. Very kind of you, Hungar. Condor can eat a bag of dicks. He once told my brother that he shouldn't have me on his live streams when I was in the hospital and it was uncertain that I was going to live. I'll have you know, Hungar, that's one of the reasons I don't like this guy. I remember that distinctly because that was right around the time he started to go after me out of the blue. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, that I always keep that in mind. That every time I'm like, maybe I should be nice to him. I tried extending the hand once and just saying, hey, maybe we can squash this beef so we don't have to keep talking about each other. He has no interest in doing that. So he is fair game for eternity. He is fair game for eternity. I tell you what, see, we got 60 in here. Couple over on Rumble. Not bad for literally. I literally at 20 to 10 said, I'm just going to stream. So not bad for just an on the spot stream. Hungar had Condor had 6 over on his channel for the stream. Yeah, he is a whiz. I will put this out here. 1 second here. The chat. Okay. I did put the link in the chat. So if you do want to weigh in a little bit, but if you're not going to bring like your A game, just sit back and watch. That's fine too. Especially like if Paddy's here, I'd love to have Paddy on. He may be tired though. Although actually it's still, Paddy, there you go. Yeah, I do want you. Yeah, Paddy, come in. I was hoping you get in here. Excelente. OGGM, you're here. If you want to come in here, my friend, you are more than welcome to. Yeah, I was kind of hoping Paddy would see the bat signal that I put out on X or get the notification. Let's see here. I have Ultra American. That is where are you, Ultra American? Oh, there we go. 4 months of membership. Yeah. Ship color reminds me of the Flying Dutchman from SpongeBob. LOL. Yeah. Didn't see the video. Was playing a game instead, which was much more worthwhile. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, by the way, for being a member. Double D wants Paddy. It's the love story generation. Oh, there you are. Hold on here, buddy. There we go.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
It's just a typical Saturday night.
I was going to give you PTSD and pretend that I wasn't hearing you, and I was caught in delay when actually that wasn't the case, because I'm almost positive that's what was going on. He slipped one time and answered you right away, like you said something, and then he answered it, and then he went back to pretending that he could not hear you. So that kind of led me to believe maybe there was shenanigans going on. What do you think?
So I was able to hear my own echo, and so initially I was trying to restream it to my own Rumble channel just for scientific purposes. And then I thought, well, shit, if I'm streaming at the same time he's streaming, I've got, rural internet, so I'll cut my stream, say goodbye to my guys that were watching, tell them to go over to Condor's stream, and I'll refresh the page. And I still heard my own echo as if he was watching his own stream on YouTube instead of watching it on whatever program that he was using.
Right.
So after I closed down and refreshed, we still couldn't get through anything. And so I thought, well, if I just get my soliloquy at that point in, because that's just where we were at, that he would just sit down and listen, because he said that he would, but I don't think he was picking up that I wouldn't be able to catch his interruptions to stop speaking and then pick up the thought again.
I still think it was on his end. He's a mongoloid when it comes to technical stuff. You stream all the time. That's why I trusted you immediately. Hold on a second. We'll add OGGM here. What's up, OGGM? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, losers?
How do? Yeah. So, did you watch it live, OGGM?
I don't know if I saw it live.
Yeah, I caught it after it started.
I saw some of it, and I saw Paddy doing his best to speak, and I saw Carrion Eater claiming he couldn't hear him. But then I went back and watched it again, and I was like, okay, there's maybe a 1 second delay, 2 second delay. He can hear him.
Well, the guy that was in his audience was telling me that our lips were synced up perfectly, and that the audience was able to hear what I was saying. So,
I caught Paddy. I caught the tail end of when you were. I joined late, but I caught the tail end of when you were live, and you were coming through perfectly. Like you kept talking. Like you were not like roboting or like out of sync or anything like that. He could definitely hear you. He just didn't want to talk to you because
he never gave him a chance, which is just unfair. If he's claiming all these things about he wants to give you a fair chance and free speech and here's your chance to prove whether he was right or wrong, And I know I'm opening myself up to a couple thousand videos from him.
I was offered more from Condor than I was from others.
I think I'll be taking those slings and arrows.
Yeah, he's in love with you, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell him is, he thought, in case you guys didn't know, I don't know if I could play it through what I've got right now.
This is all responding to something you said on the video about Ryan, right?
Yeah, I have the clip. I could try to play it if you guys want. I'll just turn up my mic.
I watched it and I was like, where does he talk about Condor?
All right, so let me see if it comes through here. And stop me if it's not.
I think you can put it in here.
Okay. Okay, here it goes. I'm just not a vulture. Which brings me to my next point. I don't deal with this Condor DM guy. I feel really bad for him. He's had a rough life, and I don't want to try to start shit with him, but it really sounds, from the looks of it, he looks like he has fetal alcohol syndrome. Right? He just looks like he's had it rough.
Okay.
So
it's true. I mean, it's true.
Insulting.
He glommed onto the fact that I called him an alcoholic.
You didn't.
Which
That's slander.
is right.
Because the truth was far worse.
Right. Yamada is more or less how that went down. And
yeah.
There was a particular diatribe where he cut me off, and he started off the stream saying, "Now I hope that Paddy won't go and bring all the other OSR guys into it and talk about that because that's not what we're here for." And then immediately he did that. And I'm like, okay, well, I only know who you are because of Diversity in Dragons, for one. And I've watched clips of you on his channel of you like lumbering around. I don't know what your TTRPG takes are. So for you to assume that I'm mad at you because of your TTRPG takes, that's just wild. On the other hand, too, I'm like, there's a throwaway comment made in May, and I haven't referenced him once since. And
but he's mentioned you multiple times this week,
right? And it's just funny because I'm like, this thing that's consumed your whole week was a random Thursday for me months ago.
Well, he's trying to go out. He's essentially, as much as he criticizes me for like EFAPing videos, and all that stuff. He's trying to do the same thing. He's trying to pick these feuds and all that. What he doesn't realize though is, he's really the only guy that I don't like. Like he keeps bringing up, he keeps using Scott Garibay as like a shield, and it's like, dude, we love Scott Garibay.
We love Scott.
Yeah, and it's like I have no animosity at all for Scott.
Yeah,
I wish
Scott and I have had
I'd love to talk
problems,
to him.
But I have no,
Our ribbing of Scott is always good natured. I would put it like that.
When it comes to Scott, I'm always worried about him.
Yeah, there's been times I've tried to intervene
I like
on
the
his
guy.
behalf.
I don't like some of the things he said. We've gotten to our beef, but still, like, if Scott said, "Oh, GG, let's go get a coffee. I'm in town," I'd be like, "Scott, sure, why not?"
He looked bad. Like it was like maybe a year ago. He was on a stream. He almost was like in tears, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
So I reached out to somebody. I'm like, "Do you have anybody that can look in on him and just make sure he's okay?"
Yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah, and it's like that's the difference between him and Condor. Like I genuinely kind of like Scott, even though his takes are just absolutely crazy. He's still an entertaining guy.
Yeah,
and
he's got tons of views. It shows for it. I mean, there's always a kernel of genius in Scott.
It's the Garababies. He's got Scotty and the Garababies.
But
Condor is like the exact like opposite. He is just. He's a bad guy. He's just a bad
Carrion Eater is awful.
Well, yeah, and then
just when I think I'm done with him, he said all that shit about Harmony, which was totally uncalled for.
And that
And
tried
then he
to
said all
tell
that
him
shit
that,
about
too.
Jess. And I'm like, you can say all you want about me or Dee Dee or, but don't be talking about people who don't even know who you are just to try and, gather attention. And,
Go ahead,
then now
Paddy.
he's talking
Patty,
about
you were
And I was
saying
like,
something.
Oh, just when he started talking about how Patty or how Harmony was digging into him, I'm like, that's just
No,
that's
that never happened.
Yeah,
Never.
I caught that too, and I'm like, of all the people, like she's the sweetest person.
She took a screen cap of all the horrible things he said about her, posted it, and in response, she put a picture of a minion that said, "Your mom."
Yeah,
and that was it. And he spent the next month talking about how Harmony and the OG and we were all attacking his beloved dead mother, who I'm not sure is dead.
Yeah, he does that so much. He used the friend who killed himself as like a shield in the build up to this.
My friend, he's talking about Shoner.
Yeah, he
or
always
when I did the
does
video about the Save a Fox lady, and he made it all about him.
Yeah, I was realizing that as I was watching this. He is the most narcissistic person I think I've ever come across. Like there's people I don't like, but he is this sort of narcissistic paranoid. Like he is always talking about himself, and clearly, like nobody likes it when he talks about himself. I mean, his videos like they draw flies. So he's moved on to try to talk about all of us to get.
No, I mean, like I said, I found videos that are 12 years old, 13 years old of him doing the exact same thing. He says, "Oh, you've only known me for 4 years." And I've got the very first video he made about me from 2015.
Yeah. And I thought I had saved the one. It was his response to my Ginny D video. I think I maybe have clips of it. But honestly, I didn't even know who the guy was before that. And finally somebody said, it might have even been you, OGGM. You're like, "Oh, you got the Condor."
Yeah, congratulations, Condor.
Yeah, congrats. I'm like, who's this? I don't know who this guy is. So let's just try to catch up on the chat here a little bit, showcase some of these. Yep. Good to see you guys. Thank you guys for showing up.
It's been a long time since we had a chat, so I'm sorry it had to be this.
Yep. Overkill Joe, Scotty G has delicious meltdowns. He does. Yeah. We're there for it. We love him anyway.
And when it was over, I tried sending him links to my Rumble Studio, thinking, okay, well maybe if I host and I'm the one that's bearing the load, that it won't be so bad. But he totally ignored me when he kicked me off to put me on the private screen. I sent him a message on X and say, okay, I'll be on for another half hour, 45 minutes, and I was doodling and ranting. And then, at that point, so I don't know what it sounds like on the playback. This will be my first time hearing it.
Sounded fine.
Yeah, I think you're good. All right, so we'll EFAP this a little bit. Let's. I'll do regular breaks. So let's try not to. The audience is going to go nuts if we keep talking over each other. So let's watch a little bit, and then on my breaks, we can dissect a little bit, and then catch up with the chat.
Patio cakes, and I'm like, okay. What issue does this guy have with me? I have no idea. So I started checking out the stream, and the stream is him calling somebody out, but to my surprise, it's not me. It's a guy named Ryan. Now, before I go further, there's a guy named Ryan that he has an issue with, and the guy is no fan of mine. But I want to make it clear. Tonight, I'm not going on some attack on this Ryan guy. So that's not what this is about. Just that was the topic of his stream. I won't even say the guy's full name.
It's weird. His stuff is like reversed. Like here, the door is on the right. Whenever we EFAP him, the door is on the left. Does he have that weird like reversal like camera?
I'm not sure. I noticed it was different. I didn't. Usually when I watch you guys, I hear him, but I don't really see him because I'm usually at work by the time you guys are EFAPing him. So watching videos, it's reversed for sure.
Yeah, so he's just setting things up here. He heard it. He tries to work, Ryan, David. We all know Paddy and Ryan. They go at it hammer and tong. And I guess it was a stream about Ryan where that was brought up. The clip you showed earlier. Paddy?
Yeah,
is that correct?
Yeah,
okay,
15 seconds there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He just seizes on that like a dog with a bone.
So he he says in the stream, he makes a claim. Now, a lot of old school guys make claims about who they are. He makes a claim that, hey, he's a really decent guy who tolerates a lot before he'll talk shit about you. So before he starts drama with you, you got to do a lot. You got to do a lot. And he goes over a bunch of things. This guy.
I would agree with that.
Hey.
I mean, like I said, your feud with Ryan aside, look, I'm kind of friendly with Ryan. I don't, it pains me that you guys, feud and, but you're grown men too, so you can take care of your own business. But that aside, I mean, I don't see you starting fights with everybody on X, or on YouTube. You seem to pretty much keep it low key, I would say.
Pretty much. I have very milquetoast takes.
Yeah. Osiris Zoran, yeah, Saturday night special. You can thank this gibbering idiot here.
Ryan did that. He didn't react to it. Took a whole pile of things. So this guy is very tolerant. And here are some of the things he was very tolerant about. So he says Ryan pretty much committed a crime online. Doesn't, do a stream about him or talk smack about him over that. Okay, that's pretty tolerant. Then Ryan goes after, I guess, one of his friends. I think he can correct me when he gets here. But a person he would call a friend, Ryan was.
By the way, this is if you guys are going to try to be streamers in the in the chat, like, hey, I'd love to do this someday. This is exactly how not to do a stream. Start it by just bloviating for 15 minutes while you have somebody, I would presume, waiting. Were you waiting in the wings, Paddy?
I was, and that was the best that my restream got. Was everyone on my stream was able to hear what he was saying, and then everyone was able to hear what he was saying and me responding to it. He was just the one that was left out.
Yeah, it's bad form. It's very bad form to keep somebody waiting for 5 minutes, 10 minutes even. Usually, when we have a guest on, we'll do introductions, just, you do your little, byplay with, if you have co-hosts or with the chat. Then you say, hey, we're going to bring our guest on right now. And then you kind of bring people up to date through questions to the guest. It's not hard. So Paddy, that we had the, if I was him, I'd say, so Paddy, you made this comment, you were talking about Ryan, who, we're not going to talk about here, but can you tell everybody what you said about me? Can you tell everybody, what you said? I was a fetal alcohol demon.
Whoa. Demon. I said baby.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's just already like bad form. He's terrible at YouTube. He doesn't know how to run like a stream.
Going after this guy and calling this innocent guy.
But he does love the sound of his own voice.
Or describing him as grooming children or something, because this guy talked about running a game for younger people. So I'm like, okay.
He does this thing women do. For his gruff and angry as he is, he's actually a very feminine, I've noticed, guy.
Mm-hmm.
He does this, stuff where he doesn't know how to get to the point of a story. He does all these sidetracks, and I think I brought it up on Wednesday. I kind of threw Mrs. D under the bus a little bit. Sometimes I have to, shorten Mrs. D a little bit, and I'll be like, "Come on, baby, come on, shorten it, bring it home, let's do it." There's no reason to even bring up Ryan's name here. All he has to do is say, "Hey, you were on a stream, not really talking about me, but you mentioned me." But
okay, you didn't go after him over that either. No, very tolerant. Didn't go after that guy over that. Didn't talk shit or start drama over that. So I'm like, okay, man, that's you. You made some big claims. You say you're decent. You're a very tolerant guy. Hey, Black Rose. So I'm like, okay.
Black Rose was the only guy in chat. I would have been the second guy, but I forgot I hadn't subscribed to Steven. And I couldn't. That meant I couldn't comment for like an hour. So I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt you, but our good friend Titties and Beer has been tipping you. I don't know if you were responding to the donations during the stream, but
oh yeah. Let's see. I have You're talking about Osiris?
No, titties and beer over on Rumble.
Oh, on Rumble. Okay. Hold on one second.
Getting some donations from there. I don't know if he's got anything worth, but I just noticed that I wasn't seeing them in the chat pop up.
Yeah, and you know what? I do have Rumble active, and I did put the link in. So
yeah.
Yeah, but thank you for the heads up, and thank you, titties and beer, much appreciated. I'll pull it up at least on my phone. In the meantime, Osiris Zoran for 10 donation for the Double D Institute for educating liberals and developing the OSR community, or a deep clean for Condor's apartment. Either one. Thank you very much. In fact, we will give you a little something.
Ooh, what happened to the tolerant left?
There you go. All right, so let us continue.
Okay, so it gets to the point in the stream where he finally says some shit about me, right? Now, it's obvious shit talk, but he picks on an issue that personally, it's a personal thing. So that what I explained to people that night was that issue pissed me off, or I wouldn't have even reacted, in all honesty. But here's where I challenged him. I've heard so many claims from old school guys that will say one thing and then turn around and do the other. Constantly. Or they'll say they're decent and then they'll just do the worst possible fucking behavior. So I'm like, oh yeah, okay, look, I'm going to call this guy out. I'm going to challenge him on this because I don't think he has a good reason to have said what he said about me, especially after he just described. He made a claim earlier. He's a decent guy, right? And he tolerates shitloads of stuff before he'll come out and talk some smack about you or start drama. So I'm like, either he's just going to back off of this and admit he doesn't have that much to go on, or would he?
He doesn't know the delicate art of the weave. You know, you can weave things in and out, and you gotta come back. You gotta weave back.
God, it's like a black hole. Yeah, over on Rumble, titties and beer, $1 tip. Thank you, buddy. And then $5 super chat. Okay, so I missed the stream. You missed
put the Condor link in the Rumble chat for you.
Yeah, you can. Like I said, we'll check it out. I may just go to when you come on because this is getting. Look who's here. My co-host in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Real good. All right, so let me scrub up until. Oh, there you go. There you are. All right, so made you wait for 5 minutes. That's okay.
Hello.
All right, there you are, Paddy. I think I can hear you. Say hi, dude.
Hello.
Yep, I hear you.
Nice.
All right, my friend. I'm going to give you the floor right away. You know the deal. You've known it for a week, so it's not like you're unaware of what's going on. Make your case, dude. I want to make sure I don't cut you off or do anything like that. Just go ahead.
All right. Well, I think.
Be prepared for like 10, 20 minutes of just him being cut off and talked over.
That I do want to say, here we are. It was a throwaway comment that was made back in May. I do want to defend the record that you said that I called you an alcoholic. That's not what I said. Arguably what I said was considerably worse. But that's okay. It sounds funnier hearing it.
Sorry, I don't know if I put you out, OGGM, or if you put yourself out.
No, it's connection.
Okay.
It's Paddy. Paddy must be cursed, right?
Yeah, Paddy. He gave him digital AIDS.
As far as whether or not I was burying you, that's not a fair assumption whatsoever. I think out of an entire hour and a half stream that was dealing with my own personal stuff.
I'm not going to try to cut you off here, but your connection's either bad or my connection's really bad. But you're
funny how he chose that moment. Like he interjects like perfectly. Like, oh, I can't hear you, but it's right when you're about to make a point.
He could. I think he could.
Yeah, I think he could hear you most of the time. Like maybe there was a little confusion, with the double echo or something, but he knew what he was doing.
And, seeing myself come in as clear as it does lets me know that, I don't think it was a connection issue on my end.
No, this is how it was when I was watching it. I picked it up a little later on, but you were still like in sync.
Okay.
I mean, I've had streams where there was issues. This did not seem like that. This just seemed like him sandbagging a little bit. Mercurius gifted 1 membership. Thank you so much, buddy. Glad you could catch us from down under. All right, let's continue.
You're cutting in notes. I'm going to ask the audience, is Paddy cutting in and out for you there, Black Rose? I just want to know.
Okay, how about this? Is that better? Do I have a better microphone now? Hello?
Dude, here's what I know. Here's what I'm going to say, Paddy, really quick. regardless.
I gave it the old college try for 30 seconds, and now I'm just going to give you mine.
Well, so and that Black Rose guy in his chat, because I don't see it popping up on like his screen sometimes. But he was saying like, no, he's coming in loud and clear. His lips are synced. There might be a second delay, but everything seems to be in order. And I don't know who that Black Rose guy is, but good for him.
Yeah. He was the only guy in the chat, by the way. The whole time, from what I can tell. I did a stream with Rob Kuntz. He was in Corsica. And I think he had the equivalent of like DSL, like dial up. And we made it work. There was like the slightest delay. So it was almost like we had to treat it like, those news broadcasts when they used to have people via satellite.
Yeah.
They'd ask a question and then they'd wait and then, okay. And then they'd answer. So that's just how I treated it. And it worked just fine. Didn't talk over each other. This guy is retarded.
Listen to the alcoholic stuff, even if I put that aside.
He keeps calling it alcoholic stuff. No, he called you a fetal alcohol baby.
I was talking to Crafty Matt long ago, and it was right after the first stream I had watched of you e-fapping one of his streams. And I'm like, that dude doesn't seem all there.
Yeah. I mean, there's something going on with him. I would honestly pay for like a real psychiatrist to kind of watch 3 random streams of his and, give me their opinion. Like what is going on with this guy? Like, I'd almost like a clinical diagnosis. Titties and beer for $2 over on Rumble. I've never had a problem hearing Paddy. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm boisterous.
And like I said, you do this a lot. So I kind of tend to trust that you knew what you were doing, from a technical point of view.
Thanks.
Role player role. Oh, Dory. Hey, Dory, how you doing? $5. How could Condor be giving off echo if he's actually using those headphones? Ooh. That's a good point. Unless it was maybe coming through your mic.
See, and I thought that too, and that's the reason why I closed out of my restream. And for anyone who was watching that, I'm really sorry to put you out. I was trying to maintain that all the way through, but I was worried that because I had my microphones, I had one microphone that was picking up the audio for me through my stream and another microphone that I was using to pick up my audio for him. And I usually have my mic gain on my microphone as low as it could possibly go. I've got kids, I got a baby that's teething. So I don't want to subject my audience to that. So,
yeah.
Sometimes I get real cozy with that microphone or I speak louder. And when I realized I had muted my microphone and heard him echoing in his own stream, I was like, man, I can't even talk on a good day when I hear my own voice.
Yeah, no, you're doing it right. That's eat the microphone, as they say in show business. That's honestly where you get the best sound.
Yeah,
get up nice and close to your mic, and just talk in a normal voice. Condor's latest post on X: I ended the old school TTRPG chapter of my life tonight.
Again, we start the timer.
Yeah.
The record 7 hours for anybody who wants to know.
Till tomorrow afternoon.
Get the Idris Elba. Reset the clock.
All right, let's continue.
We are not. Our connections are all over the place, dude. We're not linking up here, and I don't know why that is.
Okay.
I don't know how the audience hear you very well. You hear me very well. Well, that's good. All right, Paddy, I don't know about your connection. It seems a little out there. Here's what I'll say. Fair enough if you weren't calling me an alcoholic. Yeah, that's a little better. You're still a little clickety, but either way, we'll go with this. We'll just say, look, even
he said you're a little clickety. Like that wasn't the issue. The issue was either you were echoing or delayed. It wasn't. You weren't like roboting or anything.
Oh no, I was clicking my heels the entire time, wishing I was home.
Yes. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
It looks like home, but this is hell.
You didn't say the alcohol shit or the boom. You were talking shit. That's my point. And it's dude, you said earlier, the only way you do that is if someone does something extreme. You set the standard, not me. Now you don't have to. I don't force anybody. You could talk shit about anybody you want in any way, damn well you please, right? But if you set your own standard, like many old school guys that are hypocrites do, then break it. Me calling it out and saying that's wrong. It's like you should just be like, yeah. You want to know what? Regardless of exactly what I said, I did talk shit about you, and I did say I wouldn't do that to people unless they crossed a major fuck.
Again, just for reference, we're talking about a throwaway comment in May. It's so bizarre. I don't know why he's so hung up on it.
I think people get a particular way about them, and I think you fall prey to it. I fall prey to it sometimes when you set a particular messaging or a theme for what you're doing, and then when you represent yourself in a particular way, or somebody falsely represents you, especially in a way that makes you worry about the health of your business, you can get really up in arms. But he's going to make the point here in a second that I decided to deride him over his TTRPG opinion. And the fact of the matter is, I don't know what any of his TTRPG opinions are because I've never heard them. All I've ever heard or seen of him is shit talking other people. And I don't particularly, and you might hear me like, I'm just like, nobody fucking cares, dude. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's well said. Like his videos, he'll throw like one video like every 4 or 5 days is like gaming related, and the rest of it is just all these feuds that he creates, and he has to build up the quote unquote old school as the enemy, the villain. He says he quit. I mean, what would he do without us? And him saying that like, well, you guys all pretend that you're, so nice, and, you wouldn't hurt anybody. I don't ever say that. Like I generally, I pick and choose my targets well. That basically they're either people who, piss me off personally like him, or who are so ideologically opposed they wouldn't care if I live or die. I wouldn't say that I'm nice, but I don't go out of my way to just pick fights with everybody, like he did with me and you and OGGM and DM James and Hungar and Harmony Ginger, all these like people who generally either didn't know who he was or, just had like a neutral opinion about him.
Yeah. And I think my wife is in the chat too. She's just like, does this guy actually have an audience? Because I watched him sit there and either he'd tag me directly or he would make a vague post and he would have these entire conversations with himself. And there was a bunch of moments where he said, now people are sending me, and I'm like, I don't believe that.
No, that's BS.
You know, I legitimately believe that you're going and looking for this content, you know, and perhaps he was looking at the video, the original video in question, specifically for ammo against Ryan David, and you know, whatever, that it serves its purpose. But then he glommed onto something else, and like you said, you know, pick your targets. And the whole reason why I went on there was because, you know, I at least had to set the record straight. If I'm going to insult somebody, I'm going to make sure that they get the actual insult, not one that they thought they heard.
So funny. I did not call you an alcoholic. I said you had fetal alcohol syndrome. That is.
I said your mother was an alcoholic.
Endlessly amusing to me. Mercurius for $5 Australian. L'enfer, c'est les autres. Hell is for other people. Jean-Paul Sartre. Thank you very much, my friend. I noticed that too, Rogan. Yeah. Paddy, your connection is a little out there. It's a little out there. All right. Let us continue.
In line. As a grown man, you should have said, okay, you're right, man. Look, you're right. I said that earlier, and then I did talk shit. It doesn't matter what I said. You're right. I did talk shit about you. That did happen, and I just said I don't do that. Like, how many guys in the old school say that?
Like, dudes don't need, like, this sort of, like, getting this granular about insults. You know what I mean? I always go back to, like, Jeffro Johnson. You know, we threw some barbs at each other. And then, you know, I had him on the show, and I'm like, yeah,
good show.
Yeah,
you know, I miss Buffro Johnson.
yeah. I'll have to bring him. I'll invite him back in. But yeah, no, I mean, and it wasn't from either of us because, you know, for as many insults as, you know, we kind of threw at each other. And to be fair, I probably threw a few more his way. But you know, he was cool. He was just like, it's all right. He's like, but you know, behind the scenes, he was just like, you know, no worries. He's like that. A lot of people I'm friends with now, I used to feud with, and it was like a perfect conversation. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually a real dude. Condor he has, like I said, he has this feminine side to him, where he just is hung up on all these like personal things. Like you would find this in like a petty Mean Girls like high school or you know like college, like sorority drama. But you said this about me and you didn't apologize, and then you went on and talked to so and so about it. He's so feminine.
Yeah, just
definitely. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely high school. I mean, you know, he's a psychologist master thesis waiting to happen.
Yeah. Like I said, it's high school, but I do want to emphasize it's like high school girl like drama. That's what he is all about.
Hey, Sky, I don't criticize anybody in the game they play, and then like half an hour later on their fucking stream, they're criticizing some guy in the game he plays. I'm like, dude, and it's so many of them that do it that I'm like looking at you going, if you're the decent guy that you say you are, where's the fucking evidence? Because when it gets to test time, you fail. And you fail with me. Don't you think I have enough people coming at me? I don't know you. I don't cross you. I got a whole...
Poor me. That's another thing he does.
No one has suffered more than Condor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's always, I get attacked all the time. What about me?
What about you, Condor? Yeah, I see Death Angel's shadow. I lost my military decorum when I realized that I wasn't going to be heard. So I
don't know. It's all right. He always devolves back into this. He tries to hide behind the fact. That's why I always say, like, the character he reminds me most of is like Starscream from the old Transformers, this sniveling, conniving little weasel, you know, who's, you know, when he's finally gone too far, you know, and people start pointing, you know, their blasters at him. He's like, no, not me. Little old me. I've only got, I don't even have 1,000 subs yet. Oh my Lord. I mean, I get attacked all the time. You know, he doesn't bother to mention the numerous times. And by now, I don't even think we're exaggerating. It's got to be in the dozens, I would think, of over the years of people that he's just picked fights with.
Oh, yeah. I can think of at least 3 people who did not know who he was until he started picking fights with him.
I was one of them.
Yeah,
I was definitely one of them because I had no clue, you know. And then at least I was smart enough to realize, like, this could be good content. You know, people might enjoy us poking fun at this retard.
I get shitloads of guys with thousands of followers on here that talk shit about me all the time and use me as content. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that. I'm not making that up. People say, oh, we never talk about this Steven guy. Yet every goddamn day I hear lies about me from your friends. Right? The same guy.
I basically do one stream a week. I don't even think we talked about Condor last week. Maybe not even the week before. So it may have been 3 weeks since we've brought up Steven. And he cannot quit us.
No, he loves you.
Steven. Come out to play.
I just wanted to hang out.
All right. You're on notice, Death Angels. You may you're talking about a guy who has an endless appetite for this sort of thing, so you may get more than you bargained for. Let's see, tens of people. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I'm curious how clear my ending rant when I finally decided, all right, I'm done waiting. I'm gonna get in here because you brought up some people and we said we weren't gonna do that. And I tried telling him, like, stop, let's get through our own shit. We couldn't even get that far.
No. All right, let's
guys you defended when it came to Ryan, same guys that treated me like shit reported me. I wouldn't even mention names, lied about me. I had to call them out.
Who reported him? Or is he just making that up?
A lot of people like to make up being reported.
Yeah. To me, that's like the worst thing you can do as a YouTuber. You know, as bad as I hate like Steven, not hate him, but like as much as a moron as he is, but like
disappointed,
dislike him. Yeah, I dislike him. But I would never, ever report him. As Jake Giddy said, that's, I don't do that. When he's talking about extortion. I would never do that. And I would think that most YouTubers wouldn't, but who knows?
Get them to stop lying for a little while. Then they tell the same lie. Then I got to call them out and they shut up again. And I hope they haven't continued to lie since, but I've had to call them out several times on bullshit, bull-faced lies. Now, your friends, some of them, have done this to me for 4 straight goddamn years.
Where does he get 4 years?
I know. My channel hasn't even been around that long, and it was probably like a year into the channel before, things heated up. So, by the way, $1 tip over on Rumble from Titties and Beer. Thank you very much, brother. LOL. Yep.
I mean, weekly content at a certain point on streams all the time. And sometimes Diversity Dragons, he'll do 3 or 4 weeks on me. Now, you know this because you watch the goddamn content where he's talking shit. And you don't think that's not character assassination?
I love how he's calling you to heel for watching me EFAP him.
Shame.
It's guilt by association, Paddy.
Yep,
that's what it is. You were in the chat and you were there, and you didn't do enough to stop me, I guess.
Unstoppable, you dastard. The D stands for dastardly, by the way.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, start trolling the mustache.
Yes. Mm-hmm. By the way, Titties and Beer, a $10 tip over on Rumble. That is deserving of something, and I think I have just the thing.
Quasimodo predicted all this. Who did what?
Thank you very much, Titties and Beer. Much appreciated. And he also says, let me get this is why Double D is a good guy. He even likes the guy he is roasting. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think I said I hated him earlier. I don't hate him, but like I do dislike him at this point just because I've tried to plumb the depths of this guy, and there's nothing there. At a certain point, it's like, okay, that's all there is. This is all he'll ever be, and this is just what he's going to do. His behavior is never going to change. I thought mistakenly when he was divorced and like nuked all his content and then came back and was starting to do kind of that like male positive, content he was doing. And I was like, oh, all right, well, let's see where this goes. And sure enough, he fell right back into form after about, 2 months.
Yeah, he was close to breaking 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
But then he just fell off the wagon, so to speak.
Yeah.
And now it's, 950. He can't make it, and half of those are paid for.
And people I don't know if you can find it. He probably nuked it, but I remember seeing it. And God, I wish I would have screenshotted his last video before he nuked his old content. Somebody asked like, "Hey dude, you haven't uploaded anything in like 2 months. What's going on? You okay?" He wrote the most vindictive like comment in response, essentially saying like, my audience isn't getting what I'm saying, and almost like they don't deserve me. He actually went like, like Hitler at the end of World War II. He's like, you know what? Fuck the German people. They weren't strong enough for me. So he's like, I don't care if they roast. He essentially kind of went like that direction. I was like, really, dude? You have so few people who actually watch your stuff. All right, let's continue.
Oh, it's a joke. I'll make a joke go to you. What do you think you're doing to Scott Garibay? It's complete character assassination. And then I have to be looked at like I'm an idiot when I'm not. Right? And if he has any fucking talent, why not stop talking shit there, Diversity and Dragons, about people, and do something entertaining.
He doesn't get that this is part of the entertainment. You are the entertainment, Steven. Bet you, there's your M. Night Shyamalan twist. People like looking at you and laughing, like they like going to the zoo and watching the monkeys throw shit at each other. I mean, that's just the way it is. We're all YouTubers. And if you're going to go down this road, you should at least be good at it. I don't understand what he's getting out of all this if he's not... if he's not going to do it well and he's going to be wounded by everything. I mean, essentially, it's like you're not like nobody's paying you to do this, Steven. You're internalizing all this, and it's just going to give you like an ulcer. Yeah.
Focus that energy on the world's best role-playing game that you've supposedly written instead of us.
The Neo. Woo. Yes, Bloodworth. Good to see you, Bloodworth. Yeah, I love Paddy's expression. Why am I here? Yeah, that is a good freeze frame there. You're just like, oh man. I knew it would go this way, but I had the highest hopes. Is that kind of what you were thinking there, Paddy?
You did.
Well, yeah. So I figured it started off with, why don't you come on a stream and we'll hash this out? And then I said, okay. And then he was like, oh, is that really? Are you really going to come on the stream? And I said I would. So yeah. And then he's like, okay. And then like a bunch of tweets and videos later, it went from, I'll be surprised if he even lasts 20 minutes. Like, don't come on my stream and not bring the Riz. I'm not going to beat you up if you can't handle your own, but don't come onto my stream if you can't handle your own. And then we went from 20 minutes to 10 minutes. And then it was like, if I could even hold my own for 5 minutes, that he was just going to tell me how he felt. And then he was going to kick me out and then do his own thing. And then, to be honest with you, today I just assumed, cause I had started my own stream and I was like, yeah, I'm going to restream this for the benefit, for science purposes. I want to have this for later and talk about it. And not necessarily to go at Condor, but just to talk about, what is the correct thing to do when you're in this position? Like, what are the steps? Yeah. What are the options? And I had told him, I was like, look, dude, I hope you're not concerned about me streaming this. one of his big, I guess, caveats was like, don't try to pull no funny shit. If you try to give the link to other people and bring them in here so they can all gang up on me, I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, why would I bother? And then, yeah, when he actually had me on, I was legit surprised. So.
Yeah, but you can tell his heart wasn't in it. He wasn't interested in a real dialogue or like. I mean, he knew ahead of time he was not going to give an inch, like that he bears no culpability for anything. You know, it's everybody's fault as always. Hastermine, my buddy, good to see you, my friend. Bats, yes, the infamous final page of the first run of his role playing game. Good to see you in here, amigo. Hastermine was the guy I streamed with from Origins that one time. Good dude. Paddy, or not Paddy. Cal, let's see. How you doing? Good to see you here, our fearless moderator. I'm here. When did this start? Like 10 o'clock. So it was kind of a spur of the moment stream. So yeah, no worries. Thank you for coming at all. Much appreciated.
Of course, I could get the fucking crowd on my side and draw a big following by talking shit about people that.
No, you couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah. Let's just yeah, it's just flat out. No, you couldn't. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. You don't have charisma, Condor. I mean, he is a black hole of charisma. He sucks the charisma away from everybody around him.
He wasn't even wearing his Steven Tyler PJs. I just got done watching Son-in-Law and Encino Man, so
nice. Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to go, gorilla cage again and just kind of be standing and just kind
pacing.
of like
Start crying.
Pacing. Yeah.
No, please don't cry. I've never seen a monkey cry before.
People don't like it a popular
Steven,
way.
I can
we
just
talk about Matt Mercer, Scott Garibay. I could do that weekly and start building a following, right? Go back to Diversity and Dragon when he started on here. He went weeks.
He's mentioned me 3 times now. A stream between him and Paddy. He's now, I think, mentioned me 3 times, and will mention me more.
Take a drink.
Yep. Oh yeah. Get the bingo card. Take a shot. Yep. You'll be asleep by midnight.
Trying to draw a following of just talking about games, and he couldn't. When he started attacking Scott, he got a pickup on his followers. And
he does this too. He has this delusional thing where he rewrites history. And he doesn't he doesn't understand how you're supposed to build a channel. That's all I did was straight gaming stuff early, along with calling out, Wizards of the Coast and
D&D, Strixhaven,
all that stuff. Yeah, but there's also other, regular videos in there about gaming. Guess what? They don't do well. Guess what also doesn't do well on every other channel that talks about that these days? The same kind of content.
Yeah.
Nobody is in the market for DM advice anymore. I mean, I think, to his credit, Matt Colville, kind of sort of in a way, wrote the YouTube book on that. And a lot of people think well, that's everything I need to know. It's a shame because I think there is other things, but I have gaming related videos that have done well. But he thinks I wasn't getting any traction at all, which is just patently false. And then in a desperate ploy, we started talking about Scott Garibay, to boost the channel. I can tell you that is 100% not true. Not true. You find your way, and it's when you're doing streams, it's okay, what's going to work this week? Oh, I found, this video to EFAP. Oh, the chat really liked it. All right, well, let's do more of it. It's really that easy. Death Angels for $2, living rent-free in Condor's head. Great job, Double D. Yeah, well, you ain't seen nothing yet.
It became something forever. If he's got called on to a show for talent, Diversity and Dragons, and they said, dude, we want you here because you have a big following, so that says you have talent, dude. No, what they would not know is he's only there because of cheap attacks on some guy, right? And you put him on the big show.
Didn't you make a product that did really well? Haven't you interviewed important people in the industry, guy with no talent?
Look, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I've been published professionally. You know, I've done a couple things for Mad Scribe. You know, I am working on a crowdfunder that Paddy is part of. He's done some art for it. That's going to be hopefully released in the fall here. So, you know, him just thinking that I am just some stranger to the gaming community is like bizarre.
No. Pretty sure, I remember you interviewing Rob Kuntz, but I guess according to him, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I interviewed Rob Kuntz. I interviewed Sandy Peterson, Alex McCrease, you know, Black Lodge Games, all these guys that produce, you know, good stuff. And I think every one of them would say that I'm a pretty fair interviewer.
Yeah, you're a great interviewer.
Look, when I understand the audience is there, or they should be there to hear what they have to say. So I will do what a good interviewer tries to do and set them up. Here you go. Here's the batting practice, you know, right down the middle, you know, take it and run with it. He wouldn't know how to do something like that because all he can talk about is himself and how put upon he is and how attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Show he'd flop in a fucking heartbeat. I said, here's the difference between me and Diversity and Dragons. My following comes here because they like what I have to say.
You have no following, Condor. I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say this. I mean, everybody can see the views on your videos. Okay,
I gotta say, you know, I was waiting to see him like typing on his phone or on his keyboard to chat as whoever that Black Rose guy is. I'm really curious to figure out who Black Rose is.
Yeah, I've never seen that guy before. He had one hanger on who used to be a fan of mine, and then like kind of went down the Sith path, and you know, went to Darth Flatulence here, and he I think his name was like Adam something or other. So I was kind of used to that, but I haven't seen that dude in like a coon's age. So yeah, this Black Rose guy is kind of interesting, and he was like spitting stuff in the chat. I mean, there was a lot of comments from him, but he was talking to was himself because nobody else was there. Yeah, you have no following, Steven. I hate to break this to you. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it, but you have no following.
You got to do the hands. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it, Steven. You've got more teeth than you do followers, and that's not saying very much.
Nicely done there, my friend.
Pretty good.
And I don't use other people to get a hit. I don't have a single person following me because they agree with everything.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I missed it. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, let's see, hold on here. All right, let's go back just a hair. All right, here we go.
Because of cheap attacks on some guy, right? And you put him on the big show, he'd flop in a fucking heartbeat. No. I said, here's the difference between me and Diversity and Dragons. My following comes here because they like what I have to say. And I don't use other people to get a hit. I don't have a single person following me because they agree with everything I say or because I attack people. That's it. I mean, I really don't. Like
you look so frustrated there, Paddy.
Well, yeah. You know,
I mean, you could hear him, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could hear him crystal clear. And you could see it on my face too, where like when he said that you wouldn't last a moment on the big show, and I couldn't help but laugh. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, buddy. Roger that.
Mercurius, might your trumpet, $5 Australian again. But Double D, have you produced an RPG that looked like it was made on MS Notepad? I have not. As Walter White once said, you got me, Condor. The greatest RPG of all time.
Yes. The one I supposedly didn't pay for, yes.
Rogan, Black Rose is the brother that was taunting him about his ex-wife.
Rough.
Ouch.
Like I respond. People always accuse me of attacking people. I don't.
Oh.
I really don't.
Oh my Lord. I mean, you can only accept so much.
You could see me looking upwards like, God damn it. Dude. Come on.
You don't attack anybody. Bear, Ginger, Sage, Crispy, me,
DM James,
Double D, Paddy.
That's all you do. The problem is you are so bad at it, it always results in stuff like this, Steven.
I reply. Even Harmony. I mean, she talked shit about me and then
She
said
did
a whole
not.
bunch of...
Oh my God.
Yeah, clear that up again. Like, she basically just said your mama. He said a shitload of stuff, and then
he made a unbelievably awful video about her.
I remember that.
She didn't respond. Other people did. I know some behind the scenes legal stuff was involved. She took a screen cap of everything he wrote about her, put it on Twitter, and on the bottom of that, she put the minion going, your mom.
Yeah.
That was it.
The mildest, like...
That was it. And for a month, how we were all going after his sainted dead mother.
Yeah.
His mother's dead too? Was it the drinking?
He claims she
wasn't through drinking it. Yeah, she drank herself to death, I'm afraid.
Was it in utero? That was bad. That was really bad.
I think you're right. I mean, yeah, I mean, let's put all the cards on the table now. It's not like we can ever have, like peace with this retard. Yeah, the line that I always remember when he was talking about like Harmony was, he said, "Hey, talk shit, get hit." And I'm like, really, dude? I mean, all right, if it's just guys going at it, that's fine. But like, you're talking about one of the like sweetest people. Like, I mean, basically one.
She's got an army of crows and the D's nuts goblins.
yeah.
She's trifling, not to be trusted.
Someone who she wants to get a.
She's on right now, by the way.
Oh, is she?
I missed it. She's on with DM Blackwall. I'm her moderator, and I'm messing up my job.
She says, "I was lurking, but I started hearing my name. Say her name, and she appears. I believe in Harmony Ginger."
Hold on 1 second here. Copy. I don't know if you're set up, Harmony, but if you do want to come in, I did put the link in there. So yeah, feel free to come in if you want to have a cathartic. And I understand. I think Harmony just wanted this like to all go away. In fact, I know for a fact she was just like, "Hey, I just kind of want it all to go away," And she even like asked for a while, like just don't mention me and him in the same breath if you could help it. And I'm like, "Oh, absolutely not," So I didn't mention anything about him going after her pretty much since then.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention it. And he opened the stream, and we've said this before. He opened the stream saying, "Whatever you do, don't bring up all the other OSR guys. We're talking about us." And the first thing he did.
Yeah. No problem, Harmony. Yeah, you can just lurk in the chat. It's good to see you too. Yeah, good to see you, Harmony. I'm sure most of you guys are subbed, but please give a sub to Harmony, OGGM, and over on Rumble, Paddy.
Thank you very much.
I'm on Rumble. I just keep forgetting to upload.
I know. Yeah, I stream to it, but I never put my videos over there. I should. All right.
Things about the type of DM that I was. So I said, okay, well, you're talking about DMs like me, and you said some personal things on X about me that I've ignored.
I'll give you.
The personal things was, I think, the your mom meme. Like I said, this guy is such a like a sorority girl, like is pissed off about the silliest things.
I'll respond. All I called her in the video that I responded to her with was, I said baby, and a week where I was doing videos about the bro OSR, and I kept calling everybody in the bro OSR baby.
Can you hear me?
So as a joke,
I think this is where you just start talking over him. So it's a little bit of a traffic jam here as you're trying to like establish. Imagine that, inviting someone on your own stream and then just patently like ignoring them, right? For last 5 minutes. Yeah.
I didn't go to extreme name calling, but I said, yeah, another baby, right? And then I said, I think she has these opinions about me or the DMs like me because she doesn't have much experience in the hobby. She wasn't there in the old school. She doesn't know. She's heard about some asshole DMs and doesn't know the whole story. I think it's obvious someone who lacks knowledge.
I don't know if you can hear me.
I was there, and that's what it's an opinion. You can disagree. I don't mind that, Patty. We're adults here. We can all disagree.
The thing is, Patty, I've known guys. You wouldn't believe that somebody could talk over somebody like this and just pretend they're not hearing you. But I've known people like this in my life.
Yeah, me too.
So I think he can hear you trying to get in. He doesn't care. He is just a very brusque, very insincere and rude fellow.
It was at this point that I realized that Black Rose had been saying that I was coming in fine, and I decided to believe it. And at that point, I was like, you want to know what? At this point, it's my show, and I'm just gonna start talking, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And who would blame you? Yeah. And I think you were well within your rights because you're right. It was a little weird. Let's just say that him kind of picking you and then just like a dog with a bone for like a whole week going after you. So I had no problem just kind of backing off a little bit. But yeah, fuck this guy, right? I mean, he obviously look, I mean, he's got issues, but I don't know. I wouldn't think that he's, like dangerous, but I don't know. Good thing he's like stuck up in like what, Halifax or, Nova Scotia. Yeah.
He's in Atlantic time, so it would be quite the trek.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think he's just content to kind of cope and seethe up there. This is kind of cathartic for him. This sort of self-pity that he does. Everybody's against me. Can't believe it. Oh my God. All right.
Disagree.
That's not true.
I don't mind if you come across the video and disagree. It's fine. No, some of but you can go ahead and
see. You were answering him in real time there. Yeah, that was the.
It. Oh my God.
That's That's what I was telling you. Like I said, there was a point where like you said something and he immediately stopped and was like, he heard what you said and then responded. So I'm like, oh, this motherfucker is just patently ignoring him. There you go. There's the smoking gun at the 11 something minute mark.
Respond, dude.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me yet?
He's pretending not to hear you, by the way, here.
Hello? Can you hear me? No? All right. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, is this? Yeah, okay. It seems like there's a... Maybe fast. You might have to fast forward it or play it at 2x speed because I think this is when I decided that I was going to cut my stream.
Okay. Yeah. So
I can hear you now. Yeah. Sorry. No, I can hear you. Hopefully you can hear me. I think we're All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think there's a really long delay. Just I'm gonna close out of some programs and I'll be right back. Yeah. All right. So hold on. Just give me 1 second, please.
Well, look at the I want to see the professional streamer, the guy who's been on YouTube for 10 years. How does he deal when somebody's trying to fix their technical issues?
Is it 10 years? Because I can't keep track. See, this is obviously my dyslexia or my Mandela. Because I've got him saying 10 years, 12 years, 4 years, 6 years.
I've seen old videos, like almost 10 years old, of people responding to him. I can't find any content of his that old, but people will say, hey, I saw a video by Condor DM and he brings up a good point. It's all like gaming stuff. But yeah, he's been around a while. So watch as he just sits there like a lazy retard and just, okay. You can't even entertain the one person in your chat.
You can't vamp. You got to learn to vamp, Dom.
Yeah. Just it's funny because he says how how terrible I am, and boy, if I wasn't going after anybody, I couldn't do anything at all. Well, here you are. Fill the time.
Yeah, connection's not good, but I think we can try to work around it if you want to.
This was me telling my audience, hey, please go check out his stream. I don't want you to miss it. And then I closed out of my Rumble studio. I closed out. I think I had Gilded open. I had Discord open, and I was like, all right, you know what? It's possible. I got kids in the background.
Can you hear me now? Is it less laggy?
There we go.
Yeah. Catch up on the chat a little bit here. Oh, Driving and Dragons. In fact, he can't get bro SR right. Irritates me since bro SR. I call them the bro OSR.
It's almost more aggravating than them. I love the bros. You guys probably know that.
I got no problem with the bros. Now.
I got no problem with them.
Yeah.
I love anyway.
Yeah, they're okay in my book. All right.
Hello.
I'm looking at the eye movement. Like his eye movement there was shifty. Like he heard you. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I've never had.
Oh, there you were.
Yeah, I've never had this much problem. Can you hear me now? Is it like ongoing, or is it like a delay here? Because that's not going to be very conducive to a conversation. I'm gonna get a refresh. I'll be back in a second.
Why
Okay,
does he
okay.
have the
Now,
earphones
Black-
on if he's listening through the computer?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Somebody else said that, right? Okay.
Yeah. I who knows what goes through this genius's mind?
He is above us.
I love that right there. He's got the heater in his right hand, and he's like, oh, just spreading out.
Bros, just the sort of live. Do you hear me well?
Yeah, we're gonna play this warts and all.
Oh, is that him back?
Yeah, I was sitting in the back room for like 2 minutes. Like I refreshed, everything's good.
Oh, the delay might be at my end.
Jeez. Couldn't possibly be your fault, Steven, could it?
All right, I'll try to bring you back on and just see if that works. I hope it does.
All right, how about now? Is there any delay this time?
How are we now there, Paddy?
All right, so it seems like there's still a delay, but
He is he's sandbagging you here. I know he can hear you. There's no way there would be a delay. Like, can you think of any reason that there would be a delay? I honestly don't.
No, I can't.
Fetal alcohol syndrome gives you a delay.
Yeah, it's a delay. Firing the neurons in his his brain, but I mean, you know what? I know you meant it as a joke, but I'm starting to wonder now.
That's all I came out of this with was like the evidence is compelling.
Yeah, it's like
somebody did something to him when he was young to create this.
Yeah, it's like fetal alcohol or shaken baby or something bad happened to this guy.
Shaken baby on the way out. But your audience can still hear me on time, so I think it's all on trend. You said that you'd give me 10 minutes. I'm not sure if you were going to give me 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm just going to take a moment to go ahead and just talk.
Oh, there you are.
Now, what I will say is that no, Condor, I don't know anything about you, man. All I ever see are clips that you were right. My friends played of you. You opened up this stream saying that this was going to be a conversation about you and I, and we weren't going to be talking about other people. But you threw a couple of my friends into the mix. If this is just between you and I, and we're trying to end the vicious cycle, say what you want about Diversity and Dragons. For sure, he definitely plays your stuff. That's the only reason why I know you exist, by the way. And as far as the Harmony stuff goes, I won't abide by that. I won't believe that because Harmony doesn't talk smack to anybody or about anybody.
Yep. And that's all you have to say. It's not like any of us are like white knighting. It's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like just follow Harmony on X. Like it's kind of like funny, like gaming stuff or like her ordeal with like birds trying to assault her.
Cronan.
Yeah. And she does, and she's a bro, like, so she's, she'll talk about like that aspect of role playing and like, that's it. Like you do not see her picking fights. She's not political really at all. It's just, so I was glad you kind of set the record straight to his face.
Yeah, and I will say I specifically said, say what you want about Diversity and Dragons. Yeah. I'm like, we're not going to pull that well out.
Yeah. And I got these broad shoulders. I can take it.
Right. That in the week that I've been following you and watching your videos and your streams, you've made a big stink about a throwaway comment that I made in response to one of my chatters. I'm really sorry that has made you upset. This thing that you've let consume your week. It was a Thursday for me 3 months ago. I never called you an alcoholic.
Boom, mic drop. Mic drop.
As a matter of fact, I went and grabbed the clip for me to play for you, but given the internet issues that we're having right now, I don't think it's going to work for me to play it for you. But in the clip, I didn't call you an alcoholic. I said,
I'll say this back as far as about your friends. I only bring up names when I think I have the right to respond to them. It's like I'm not bringing up.
He's basically looking, I hate to say it, Paddy, for any excuse to attack me. Like you were just being used here.
Think so. I think so. It's become obvious now, but at the time, I don't know.
Yep. And the thing is, he's such a coward because I went over to one of his videos. I said, Steven, let's do a home and home. I'll come on one of your streams. You come on the Wednesday night show. I'm like, we'll treat you fair. We'll see if we can't squash this beef. Let's talk. We can talk, about our feud. We can talk gaming. And patently refused because he has this thing where, as you know, anybody who's ever lied about him, and I know OGGM knows this, if he feels you have lied, then you are done. Like you're out of his life.
He's cut you off. If you've cut me off, stop talking about me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
put me in my place and shut up. Move on.
Yes. My God. Sweet release. Hastermind. Good to see you, my friend. $5. Paddy, you have the patience of a saint to have dealt with this loon.
I have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Can't say it's overfloweth, but yeah. I have a lot of practice.
Up a certain name because I want you to assist me on attacking the guy. And I know you don't agree with my views. I get that. And that should be clear to him, even if he watches this, that you don't agree with what I say.
What's that?
That was me on the stream. That wasn't me right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. Sorry, yeah. Getting some crossfire here. That's all right.
Say. All right. But it's you don't agree with my views. It seems like your connection's a little better now, but it's like I get that you don't agree with my views about that guy, but it's like he's done this shit with me for years. And you got to understand, I went for periods of time without ever talking about
other creators.
I got really mad. Just like I kept warning him. If you keep talking shit, I'm going to finally respond, dude. Like he just kept doing it. And I said, okay, I can be really.
He's talking about me here. Like he never warned me. I mean, he did videos where he responded to me, and then like we would make fun of him on the lair.
Oh yes, your soft voice with the
yeah.
Like you have a dick in your mouth.
He thinks like, oh man, he's really got one over on me there. It's like, sure, fine. if you need that,
you're saying Double D has a professional radio voice.
Yes, it's my silky smooth radio voice.
Yes, you have late night jazz radio voice.
Yeah, you've always appreciated that, OGGM. I know you have.
Yeah. You are a much better.
I can make a video about you. I can make your voice, and I can keep doing it like a seed in people's heads and get you to defend. And he did. I got him to defend the voice thing, which I was actually just trolling him a bit, but it's just because he hears a line about me.
Like he thinks he got one over on me, and it's like I don't even know what you think you did. It's so funny. Oi, oi, oi. Harmony, yeah, I try not to talk smack about anyone, but I've definitely used Twitter, PMSing, and been a little bitchy. Well, there you go. There you go.
Damn.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think like your bitchy tweets are probably like for most of us just like very like normal. It's just a normal day on X for like all of us.
Condor, nobody fucking cares. We don't.
You've got the I don't give a fuck anymore look on your face. That was perfect. That was perfect.
The only reason why I'm on here, to be honest with you, I don't even know. I came on here.
I'm just trying to have like it's like I get what you're like. How could I say? I don't bring people on to get them to assist me in my views. And you're on here as someone who definitely doesn't agree with me. You're not like a fan. It's not like I brought you on because we're friends and we get along. Understand, I'm done with the old school, right? 4 years.
What? I need to write this down, see if you can beat the record.
Get that down. Write that down.
He said the same thing when he came out with his quote unquote new content. Oh my Lord. Unbelievable. Hold on, I got to catch up on a chat over on Rumble from DB. Hey, Dog Brothers, Sword Sisters, for $5. Hope everyone is having a great Labor Day weekend. I can see we're talking about everybody's favorite. Yes, indeed, DB. Yeah, sorry, for some reason the chat's not showing on my end on Rumble. Otherwise, I would highlight it. But thank you very much for the $5.
I was watching it and I was trying to keep track of those things, but I have an art commission due out to Captain Greybeard Grendel 13. He's starting a tea company, and I told him I would get this design done by the end of the night. So.
Well, I'll tell you, if you guys need to bounce, because I think I think pretty soon the only thing he's talking about is like me. So if you need to bounce, please.
I'm going to be in here drawing anyway. I just wasn't paying attention to the chat.
Okay, yeah. So. All right, we'll continue because hey, it's Saturday night and I ain't got anything going on here.
We have no lives. Yes,
right. Yeah.
The shit I went through with them. And the reason I got pissed off at you is because I thought you might be a real motherfucker, like decent guy.
I am a real.
I really thought that when you said that stand early on. I said, if that guy talks shit about me later, I mean, I don't get why he'd bother. I mean, unless he thinks I've really done something.
I said a throwaway comment
because he said the stand. I'm tolerant about this. I don't go after people if they commit crimes on here.
He's just he's admitted now the sync issues are over. He can hear you completely, but he's just trampling over you conversationally. And like I said, I have known people who do this. They are very boorish people, like Boorish. Like he is a bore. He must be a real handful in person.
He says well, then why did you talk shit about me, dude? Because you said I don't talk shit about people. And then you get to the part where you talk shit about me. That was unnecessary. It's like, hey, there's this guy, Steven, he doesn't like it. You don't have a beef with me. Why? And you even said this before you got to me. You said this. I don't want any trouble with Steven. And then I'm going to say shit that's going to get a reaction. It's like if I said I don't want trouble with Paddy, and then I degrade you in any way.
It's just so rude to invite somebody on your channel and then just blatantly talk over him like this. This really kind of pissed me off at this point here when I watch this.
Like where it's obvious that I'm talking some shit about you. It's like if I say I don't want trouble with you, what I do is I go, look, when he had an issue with Paddy, I don't got nothing to say about Paddy. I move on. That's how you don't start trouble with people. All right. And I just got pissed off because you're a grown man. And we're talking about games here. Well, what did I do? Like you said, I've only been shown this by my friends. Well, how old are you? I'm 45 years old.
He said like 3 different times, I'm 45 years old. I'm 45 years old.
Thank goodness you made it this far.
God, yes.
With his health and smoking, yes.
A miracle.
With all of these deficiencies, with all the strikes against you, yes, to make it this far, Steven, I salute you.
Come to me with shit about Paddy. I don't judge you because of what they say. I'm a grown man. I go check it out myself. I don't come and casually talk shit about you, Paddy. I don't fucking know you. If somebody showed me some clips, I need full context. I went and watched the stream myself. I could have just said, "Oh, you buried me." Well, fuck Paddy, and I could have made a bunch of posts on X about you.
Look,
and
if
put your
you
name
think,
in,
if
just
you
act
think
like
a
a child over
throwaway
game.
comment about your appearance,
Instead, I went and checked out what you said in full context. And that's how I know you set the standard
right
because I
now.
watched
For
the
whatever
stream.
reason, you're the one that has the internet problem. So, I mean, we can sit here and do this all day, dude.
What do you think? I understand the connection problem, but in the real world, if you go around talking shit about people, how do they react? They're not going to put up with it.
It blows me away that he's hearing you, and he's not hearing a word you're saying. He's not listening to a word you're saying. He's hearing you, but he's not listening to anything. Like nothing. Wow. Crawford of the Crimson Craw. $2. He's done with the old school. Mission accomplished. Yeah. For shall we take bets? OGGM, what you got? I'm saying tomorrow by noon.
His record is 7 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with DD by tomorrow noon. We're doing noon your time or noon my time, because remember I live in crappy California. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Or noon his time in Canada.
Yeah, we'll give him. Yeah, you know what? Let's give him noon like my time. It's not going to be that. It's not going to be that long. He's going to see this, and he's going to respond to it. He can't help himself
if he's not watching it already.
Yep. He can never understand that he's a little monkey dancing for our entertainment.
Be a little bit more entertaining if he had an accordion. You're right.
In the
Condor, how did you make smoking not cool? Fuck.
I know. Yeah. He undid all the work that Mad Men did, over the last 20 years.
All right. I don't know why tonight's all over.
The only reason why I'm here is to tell you that I didn't call you an alcoholic. I said that you look like you have fetal alcohol.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
God, this is so...
Might be. We've had some storms here and shit like that, so I'm not sure.
You know what?
Yeah, we've had storms here. Oh. Just the frustration, Paddy.
No.
Wow. I salute you. I salute you for going through all this.
I can I can host this conversation, and we can see what it looks like on my end, because we're not getting anywhere.
Hopefully you said what you had to say, my friend. I hear you.
I hear you. I hear you. I didn't even get a chance to say what I wanted to say.
All right, Paddy. Take care, my friend.
Yep, take care, my friend. All right. Yeah, we'll talk to you later.
He said he didn't want any more friends. What the fuck?
Holy shit. This guy is he is
the bitterest of dregs.
Bitter dregs.
Yep. Gold Star Scream. Oh boy. I tell you what, he goes on. I tell you what, I will let you guys go because the rest I think is just basically about me. I think, like I said, this was
talks about a game gaming for about 5 seconds, and then he goes back to talking about Paddy.
Are you serious? He did? I was drawing and streaming on my own channel for like a good 40 minutes after it, I guess.
No, somebody texted me that he was still talking.
Yeah, he keeps talking. So, like I said, if you guys want to bounce, if you want to hang around, you certainly can, but don't feel like you have to. But I think the folks are here and they just want to kill a little time. So
it's hardly ever get a chance to talk to you live. So
yeah.
Please. No, it's awesome. Like I said, I'm in here drawing anyway. So
by the way, for those who don't know, I am his only token communist liberal friend.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. We got to work on that, my friend. Work to do. Actually, that's not true.
Weird, because I agree with you 90% of the time.
Yeah, well, that means you're not a communist. You're just like Griff. Griff is the same way. He's like, oh, I'm just a liberal, I'm just like, he'll message me like, I can't believe this craziness is happening, and I'll be like, yes, Griff, that's what your side is doing. I love both of you, though.
Thank you, man. We love you.
It took 20 minutes and I had connection issues. What the fuck? Black Rose, can you still hear me? Am I good? Am I good with you, even if it was weird with him? I don't know why I had connection issues with the guy. I think it was on my end, but I don't know enough about the tech stuff to have known this. But I tell people about that. I'm not super techie when it comes to this stuff, so.
How are you not super techie?
So I had my Rumble stream going, and I was streaming him in the background, and I was sitting there off stage, and he wasn't saying anything. He was just lighting. He was like chain smoking, and I'm like, okay, we're not going to do a sound check. We're not going to session zero this thing. Is session zero something that he's into?
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing this. Honestly, I mean, he has been around for 10 years.
Yep.
How do you not look? I've had stuff go haywire, from an audio point of view, but I either knew how to tackle it or I knew to give up.
Or do a fucking mic check before showtime.
Yes.
Like, come on.
I tell that to everybody who's on the lair. I'll be like, please, come in about 10 or 15 minutes before, we can chat, but also let's make sure everything is going well from a technical point of view. Nah, he doesn't need to do that. He's Condor DM, you see. When you're a man about town like this, good things are just going to happen to you.
He
don't mind
really
me.
knows how to work a crowd. Like I said, I unfollowed him since, but in the past week, he's been having entire conversations with himself. I mean, even to the point of saying, like, I have people over all the time. And I'm like, do they pressure wash on their, is that like, are those cops doing health and welfare checks? Sometimes I have to turn them away. Got to ignore them.
Yeah.
What?
I love that. Yeah. The cop
hanging on the door. Let us in. It smells like motor oil.
That door is just filthy. Like, what is that? Like, right below the doorknob. That is just disgusting. I mean, come on. Dude, that is... Condor, that is 2 minutes of work, maybe 3. If you have a scrubby pad and, like, soft scrub. Like, that is... And a little bit of water. Little bucket of water. But you are a pig. You are a disgusting pig. Ugh.
Joel was
you hear
telling
me, Barry?
me that I needed to dress up like Condor and do that scene with Dr. Phil and who's the other guy? The guy shaved his head like Dr. Phil and sat down in the Dr. Phil suit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know where I'm gonna source a tracksuit at 8:00 on a Friday. And then he says, no, just duct tape a bunch of potatoes to your chest and wear a baggy t-shirt. I'm in Idaho. I certainly can get potatoes, but I didn't want to waste them on Condor.
By the way, if you could every once in a while just check the Rumble chat. My phone crapped out. The battery's dead.
Jeffrem's in there, and he says, needs some bleach to be sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Basically, just if anybody tips or does a super chat, let me know.
Okay.
What we got? Thanks. All right, let's go on. We'll keep going down this well.
Very good. Let's talk about some gaming. Let's talk about player investment. When it comes to players investing in the game, you'll hear a lot of these shared world people out there, and they're making arguments for, like, if you let players make the things in your game, that will be the way they invest themselves into the game and come back. And I'm like, well, I believe in the theory of player investment being important to the game. I have a very different view on what player investment is.
I will scrub ahead.
Oh, they're going to have a stream about me Saturday. It's like, dude, I don't do that. Fuck off.
What did we miss there?
It wasn't like it was going to last an hour.
All right, so he went from like, all right, let's talk gaming now, and now he's already back to the interview and like all that other stuff. Like 1 minute later.
Right. And he didn't like that I brought up Diversity and Dragons. Fucking Diversity and Dragons needs to get over. He talks about me all the time. As far as Ryan, I wasn't going to talk shit about him. Still not going to, but I mean, people are like, you're still talking shit about him. I'm like, I'm saying I'm not going to. He's having a panic attack. He was on X saying, oh, they're going to have a stream about me Saturday. It's like, dude, I don't do that. Fuck off.
I never do that. I didn't do nothing. Condor
didn't do nothing.
Condor didn't do nothing.
God.
Willing. Black Rose, if you were on my end, you'd understand. I never heard the guy. I heard 30% of what he said. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, because you were talking over him the other 70%. That's why you couldn't hear him. So no technical issues. I refuse to believe there were. Especially after you came back. He heard you from the moment you came back.
Yeah, and I noticed that he doesn't you don't hear his own echo going on in the background anymore either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was just blatantly just trampling over you. Didn't want to hear one thing you had to say. Not one.
How well you were hearing him, but he kept just freezing on me. And I
see that did not happen. If it froze for Condor, he's the host. Everybody knows what that looks like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not crazy here, am I?
Crazy pills.
I mean, if he's freezing, the stream would have like juddered and froze, and that we've all seen streams where that's happened. We've all had that happen to our streams. There was nothing wrong technically with this stream, Condor. You just wanted to talk and get the talking points you were already going to make.
And that's fine. It's going to show a lot more on him than it ever will on me. And clearly, I'm really glad that I'm here doing this now, because I wasn't going to watch the restream. And being able to hear myself speak as clearly as I did, I mean, that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
You made a pretty good accounting of yourself, given the circumstances. Just having a literal mongoloid just going crazy in your midst, and you were just trying to, like, calmly say what you said. You even agreed, like, look, I didn't call you an alcoholic. You could say what I called you was
Right.
even worse. It's still to show you how disinterested he was. He didn't even care about that, because he kept going back to it later. He kept saying, like, now when you called me an alcoholic, well, I kept waiting for you to, like, correct him. No. It was actually, you were a fetal alcohol baby.
I did it 3 times, I think, and it never registered. So I don't know if that was just a point of pride for him, or it's like you said, he like does not have the mechanical actuaries to actually hear.
Yeah, he's
beyond it.
He has like plastic brain. You know what I mean? Like his brain is just, it's not like, I don't think it can make any more connections. So I think he has to, like, kind of focus on one thing, and he had it in his mind, like, oh, he called me an alcoholic, and he can't, like, switch on the fly.
I'd say that's a pretty correct summation.
At least have, like, a notepad. That's what I would have done, because look, I forget things too, but I usually have paper in front of me, so I would, if I was him, I would have written down fetal alcohol. But
right, that would be, he's saying, like, say what you want about me or whatever, and I'm like, well, I did say what I wanted about you. That's why we're here. Yes. What is it, dude?
And even if it wasn't I've never done this before. I had somebody on the restream before, so I didn't know what was happening. I was even saying, do you guys notice the disconnect? I kept saying that early on, because it was him. He was freezing up on me. Honestly, I could barely hear what he was saying most of the time. Right.
Oh, he gave a nervous little look there. All right, so I'm going to play this back. You got to watch real quick.
Okay. Here I am.
Well, you got to watch this. All right, so watch. All right, here we go.
The restream before, so I didn't know what was happening. I was even saying, do you guys notice the disconnect? I kept saying that early on, because it was him. He was freezing up on me. Honestly, I could barely hear what he was saying most of the time. Right.
Right there.
I saw it.
That's like, Crazy Mouse is always into that. These, because he kind of studies that stuff, all these, like, tells for, like, practiced liars, and that looked like a look of a practiced liar, like, kind of like looking off to the side and up as he's telling a whopper.
He knows
what
how
he
to
said.
work
I didn't
a
hear.
crowd.
I'm not trying to make excuses. I'll put that up there. I don't know why I'm looking at chat and talking to it like you're a person. So, I mean, I was more than willing. Yeah.
Yeah, he has the right of it. Both were barely willing to hear the other out. Well, I would say it was mostly your humble narrator there.
Yeah, I mean, I shut up and I let him go at it for
Yes,
quite
did.
some time. Me not being willing to hear him out. That's absurd.
Yeah, you can tell by your general demeanor when you came in. You weren't going in, balls to the wall, guns a-blazing. You were just like, hey, all right, thanks for having me. Then he used this excuse of the technical issues because the thing is, you're asking somebody who fundamentally can't give grace, can't give, even if you have nothing to, be forgiven over, but he can't give forgiveness. So what was the end game for him here? It had to be this, Paddy. You understand, right?
Yes, I'm pretty well aware of, what I can't remember who said it, but it's like, you're walking into a trap. Yeah, but I'm walking into a trap knowingly, so I kind of thought that through, and that's the reason why I try to keep my cool. There was a point where I think I raised my voice specifically, just like, maybe he's deaf. I'm deaf. I'm deaf in my right ear a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe.
Anyway,
yeah. Magnaquam for $4.99. I think he went to that tactic because Black Rose came straight at him and didn't deny it in a hilarious way, and he was not expecting it. Yeah, on his heels. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the one guy in his chat actually kind of backed you up there. DB for 2. Wait, are there 2 shit-stained doors in that room? I think we're just seeing it's a mirror room. I think we're just seeing the mirror image usually. I don't know which is which though. I don't know if this is like regular Steven or Bizarro Steven. I guess
just both.
Great, the mirror universe is exactly the same as normal Steven.
Yeah. No, go back.
No, the mirror universe version is supposed to be different.
Well, it's like Wimp Low, from Kung Pao Enter the Fist. I am bleeding, leaving me the victim. I'm sure your tactics are good on some planet, but we're on Earth.
Oh man, Spin, good to see you, brother. Yeah, we're just EFAPing Paddy's interview with Condor. It did not go well because of quote unquote technical issues, which we think Condor used because he really had no interest in coming to an understanding with Paddy, for even forgiving him, for supposedly what Paddy said, even though Paddy really didn't have anything to apologize over. Like you said, it was a throwaway comment like months ago.
I won't apologize for what I said. I apologize for how you feel, but that's a you problem.
Yeah. And by the way, the dude thing to do is just, I'd have just tackled it head on. I'd have been like, fetal alcohol, huh? That was pretty brutal. What is it about me? Can we, all right. And then just, you kind of disarm, your foe, so to speak, and then you start to like, all right, let's see what we agree on. Let's see what we disagree on. Is there anything to salvage here? No, he doesn't, as they say, he does not human very well.
Oh, I still think I made my points clear earlier.
Yeah, you talked over him like 90%.
Yeah, what was your point?
I don't know what his point was. So.
Double D is evil. We're all out to get you.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
We lie about you because we disagree with you about a comment you made about role playing years ago.
Didn't even have a good reason as to why he moved off about me, which was the whole challenge to the whole thing.
He moved off. But I mean, it's like you tried to explain yourself, and you were a little humble in which you admitted like what you said was worse, but he didn't hear it. It went right over his fat head.
At least I didn't hear anything that sounded like some good reason, given the tolerance line he drew about what would cause him to mouth off about you. So I was like, well. It was good, yeah. I mean, I agree. Totally had the nerve to come on. Respect that, yeah.
I think there was a point when I was waiting to see if I could get him to come on my stream after the fact. And one of the immediate comments he made after it, because I left it going, was, "Oh, I see my viewership drop. That doesn't bother me at all." I wasn't. Does it? Or because if it didn't, why'd you say something?
Yeah. 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 Death Angels agrees. Condor was faking user issues. Yeah. I think he accepted this and then kind of was thinking better of it, but knew how it would look if he backed out. So I think he did the next best thing than canceling. He essentially just kind of canceled the stream while it was going on. Yeah, he just had no intention to engage.
I still have these. What the fuck am I doing? DJ Steven. Right? So player investment, I don't think here's the reason I don't think shared world player investment is even a big issue, because I don't think it's a long format.
We'll go 1 minute and see if he can't keep my name out of his mouth for 1 minute.
The overall hobby, when you look at the majority of people, when I think player investment, I go back to regular gaming. And I think that taking the
go to 27.
Off on others, perhaps even in the manner that one perceives as minor and forgets it. I suppose, especially with the crowd. That's some of the guys socially, they're nerds. I think that Paddy's guilty of this, where it's like, dude, you crossed the line big time. I know you blow it off because you socially don't see it, but that's what you did. It's like, even if there's a detail, if there was still shit talk, that was my point. And it's, if you set the standard for what the only way you do shit talk is under these conditions, and then you simply shit talk me without those conditions being met, you haven't met the standard you set. That's why I said, are you real? You said, you're real. I said, well, if you're real, it means you can back up the reason you went at me, and you told me what standard it was earlier. Now you can't give me a reason that meets the standard. So that's not you being real.
Did you get all that, Paddy?
It's an important distinction, knowing real motherfuckers from signifying motherfuckers. And, you know, he gave everyone the itinerary of how the rest of the stream was going to go, and it seemed like he didn't stick up for it.
Yep. Hey, Dunder, how you doing?
Thank you, Dunder.
Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. Yeah, this is just so wow. He creates these like logic tests that, like, these purity tests that nobody can pass. Like I said earlier, he'll say you're lying about him if you just even gave him the most mild bit of criticism. And then it's like you're done forever, and this will keep happening.
Yeah, I mean, look at the reviews of his game. You won't accept that, you know, and there's anything wrong with this game. It's, you hate me. You're out to get me.
Yeah, and he admits about the layout issues.
What about the 3 professional reviewers who offered to review you the game for free, and you should just insulted all of them and told them to fuck off?
Yep. I mean, he puts out an unfinished bit of work because he doesn't have the money to, you know, get it to either do the layout himself properly.
I don't have the money. I at least have enough wherewithal to do, you know, run the free spell checker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's. If you guys.
Oh, they do. He defended a bunch of people that, I hate to say it, my thoughts on it are like this. Like, I watched a stream that Paddy did, and he defended a bunch of people that I know have done similar things to Ryan, the guy he was going after. I was like, dude, I seen those guys do the same shit. And most everything you're accusing Ryan of, one of the guys you're defending has done the same thing.
No, I don't think so. No, it's
so. I don't. You know, like I said, without, you know, bringing the whole Ryan thing in, it's anybody can tell that's not the way I operate, Steven.
Yeah.
Just do not operate that way. Basically, I'm trying to get along with everybody. I understand there's folks who, you know, maybe just don't like me or whatever, and that's fine. I know you're one of them, but I try. I go above and beyond sometimes to not cause drama, you know, with other people. And I'm mainly talking about YouTube here, but even on Twitter, sometimes, same way. Oh my Lord, this guy is obsessed. Absolutely obsessed.
One guy he mentioned several times during the stream, a basic guy, a basic expert. He lied about me when he booted me off one of his groups. I forget what site it was. I went to one of his groups, and in one of his groups was a channel or some type of part of the group where they were shit talking me endlessly before I joined. So I noticed it, and they were like, "Ah, shit!" Like you noticed it, right?
God, good Lord! I didn't realize John tangled with him too.
Yeah,
Well, when you
everybody's
go out of your
tangled with
way
him.
to tangle with everybody for relevance, you know, you're just going to assume that people have like this hate hard on for you. That's not what it's about, really. Being the subject of ridicule is like one thing, but actually drawing the ire of somebody, like that's something that's totally different.
He's always the hero too. He's like, "Oh, I came in there and I set things straight," and everybody was like, "Oh man, this Condor, he's so powerful." You know, we have quick Condor's here. He says the same thing about me. Like, I made videos about him and I got him to shut up. It's like, let me tell you something, Steven. If we ever don't like talk about you on a stream, it's basically because I don't want to kill the golden goose. You know, if you keep talking about somebody after a while, it's going to get boring. So that's the only reason I don't do it. It's because I only view you as fodder for entertainment. I mean, that may sound a bit harsh, but it's true.
But yeah, that's how he sees everybody. So, you know, he's just living and dying by his own sword at that point. And for the most part, like I said, I never even knew who the guy was.
Yeah, that's my point. You know, it's 90% are people who didn't know who he was. A perfect example was Sage. When he was going after Sage and talking about how Sage had multiple accounts and was, you know, making 6 to 10 thumbs down on his accounts every day and going on his accounts, you know, and I talked to Sage, and Sage is like, I have no idea who the motherfucker is, but if he wants to come at me, let's go, because I'll fight this guy.
That's it. That's like everybody's reaction. Who is this guy? And then they'll watch a few of his videos and they're like, this guy's demented.
Yeah, I mean, I found out about him from Max. Max said, hey, this guy's making a video about you.
Oh, Max Liao?
Max Liao, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like 6-8 years ago, you know?
That's how it went down for me. It was Joel and Rob Necronomicon, and they're like, ooh, Paddy, Condor made a video of you. What'd you do? And I'm like, I don't know what I did. I'll tell you what. There was an exchange because he specifically told me, he's like, now I don't want to be talking to you in between. I'm not looking for friends and blah 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 blah. And we're not going to be friendly after this. I was like, that's cool. And he's like, so don't follow me and expect that we're going to talk back and forth leading up to this. And then he kept on like mentioning me and tagging me. I'm like, well, what do you want? Are we doing this? And so I had asked him, I was like, could you like clip the video where I had said something about you so I have some context? No, I don't do that. I don't do clips. And I'm like, okay, can you hyperlink the video? I'm not trying to give you views. I'm not asking for your views, dog. I just need to know where to start looking. I don't say sorry for things I didn't do. And I'm not going to say sorry for things that I'm not going to change my behavior on. And nobody should. If you're going to apologize, you better make it a legit behavioral change. Otherwise, don't say sorry. And when I went back through, I think 2 or 3 videos, I finally found that I had a notification that he'd commented on one, and it said, "You have my attention." I'm like, ooh, that's foreboding. but yeah, he had been tagging me on Twitter, and I didn't get a single notification about it.
Okay. Oh wow. All right, let's go a little bit further here.
So I respond to a few of the guys, rightfully so, because they're shit talking me. I respond. He boots me out of the group, then says all this nonsense about what I did that I didn't do. And so I did a fucking video calling the basic expert out. You fucking lie. He shut up for a few months. And then he started telling that lie again. Like I booted him for this reason. So I made another video. And then he shut up again. Right? And I don't know if he's
delusional. I made a video, and because of that video, he shut up. No, it's like you were not you were not important enough to John.
Yes.
And the only reason you're important enough to me is because we all like pointing at you and laughing, Steve. That's all there is to it. You do not shut anybody up with your diss tracks, your diss videos. They're amusing and they're content.
They're boring.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for 20 minutes. It's the same 4 bad words. It's like, he claims he's a bully and he's so tough, but it's like, oh, okay, so I'm a cunt. And, the OGGM is a moron.
Okay.
And the OGGM is a pathological liar. Well, I can prove that wrong, but it's like, dude, I've been insulted by 8-year-olds better than you.
It's like the old Hulk Hogan, whenever they'd ask him to, put somebody over, give up the belt or something. He's like, I'll do it, but tell me what you got. And if it was like lame, he'd say, okay, and then what? If somebody was just thinking like short term, he's basically getting him to think like, all right, how's this going to help both of us long term? And he can't think like that. It's just all reactionary stuff. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I would say he's using us for content, but like the views and all that stuff just don't back up any of that stuff. So, oh well.
Just went back to that lie since. I mean, geez, I hope he's let that one fucking go. I had to call him out twice to get him to shut up. Many of the guys will lie about me, and even if I call them out appropriately for the bull-faced lie they told about me, they just keep telling a lie. So I'll give the basic expert that. When I called him out, at least the first time, he stopped, went back to it a few months later, and then stopped again. I mean, every time they say I'm attacking...
Torching up a heater.
Light them up, dog. If you got them, smoke them.
Yep.
Guy, I'm like... Okay, you mean the guy who's done streams about me for 8 months now, spreads major lies about me, talks shit about me all the time? I just did a 5-minute video about him after the 8 months of him doing that, and I'm the one attacking and he's the victim? And even worse, when I seen people trying to paint me like 8 months of Diversity and Dragons doing that or some shit, just endless months. And I finally give it just a fucking harsh response to him talking shit about me all the time and spreading lies about me. And it's like, suddenly the guy's victim. I'm like, the guy has thousands of followers. I'm a small YouTuber. I can't even hurt him.
There it is. Poor me.
I don't even have 1,000 yet.
I don't have 1,000. You were so close. And I was ready to congratulate you, buddy, and say, hey, you changed your tune. You're at, he was like 989, 990. And then, nope.
Yep. And then
didn't help himself.
Like air out of a balloon. Just
and I would have been the first to say, congratulations, you did it, man. But
yep.
Nope.
Because he kept poking me until he got the response. It's like, all right, dude, all right, months of shit talking, fine, I'll fucking respond. And then people are like, you're attacking him. I'm like, am I really?
Nobody said you were attacking me. I don't even think I said you were attacking me. This is just what we do on here. You're in the game. You're playing the Game of Thrones, Steven. This is what we do. Nobody on my end, was clutching their pearls and saying, "Oh my God, you're attacking Double D." Certainly, I wasn't. But
I think
it's your delusion.
To open the door, there's a privilege. If you go around initiating shit talk on people, you're an asshole. But I think you're given a right when people lie about you or shit talk you.
How many times has he initiated it?
I gotta. Do you remember the moment that Condor came into your life?
I
do. I do. It was the Ginny D video.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back to that because I imagine much like it is that it's you had said something about Ginny D and he probably tried to white knight for her and then that's what really started this. Like it wasn't necessarily even a video about Condor at all.
He was kind of like. From what I remember, because I don't think you'll find it, he jettisoned all that stuff, when he left YouTube for half a year. But I think what happened, he was essentially kind of trying to soft sell like Ginny D, like, yeah, she's a lightweight, yeah, but she doesn't bother anybody, and this guy Double D, what is he, what is he doing? But, it wasn't like a hard, like, like a hard takedown. But anyway, I still was like, oh, it's kind of amusing. And I think I maybe just mentioned it or, just kind of responded to it.
Yeah.
And then it was on. Like literally after that, it's been like nonstop, back and forth, back and forth.
Mine was 2014, 2015.
Oh, wow.
Like when I just started doing this, and I made a video about what is a dungeon. And I said, you know what, let's use the Death Star. Everybody knows what the Death Star is. So my example of a dungeon was the Death Star, and I did this whole video about, the Death Star has a story to tell, has so many entrances, so many actresses. I'm only using the Death Star because you all know what it is. He made a 30-minute video.
Oh, shit.
Nonstop insulting me, calling me names, saying how stupid I was, how uneducated I was. I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons. The Death Star is not a fucking dungeon. And it's like, that. I was using it. So my response to him was, I'm sorry you feel that way. But I think you missed the point. And the very next day, he made a video of him sitting in the dark, watching the video he made about me, and just sitting there smoking and nodding his head.
Was he?
And that's when I knew, all right, this guy's gonna fucking mark, and I'm gonna have nothing but trouble about him. And I tried to work things out with him like 3 separate times. I was like, dude, I get it. Let's just stop. But he couldn't. So
he can't help himself.
No.
Literally can't.
Well, good. I think I said it on my channel that I don't. There's been a couple of times where like an EFAP was warranted, and I was like, yeah, I think like Grim Jim was challenging people against his assumption of the assassination attempt, and so like I EFAP'd that, and then he made a video, or his thing was like, say it to my face, and I was like, well, I tried, and then you totally ignored me for days. And so that was one of the few times that I EFAP, but I was just like, but there are better people who do that. There are people who are better set up, download a video and stuff like that. And I don't know. Here we are now. He's gonna probably go on for forever. We'll see how long it takes.
Yeah,
but
which one of us is gonna go after first? Patty, Deet, or me? How many videos?
Well, Paddy's fresh, so he'll probably do something, but I am never far from his thoughts.
Yeah. It's been a couple weeks since he mentioned me, so I'm sure I'm due.
Yep. Yeah, Crafty Matt telling it like it is here.
No, Crafty Matt, yeah.
Hey, Crafty.
Ginger, so you have no soul.
It's all my fault. Yeah, I was looking to see if he had said anything, and he hasn't tweeted it. Oh yeah, no, here it goes. I'm really not shy. I love to talk to people, and I'm not scared. I will talk to anyone. That was 8 minutes ago, guys.
God.
So, other than that, I'm watching Rumble chat.
Thank you. All right, we'll go just a little longer here, and then we'll call it a night.
It's a privilege they've given you, right? Like if you want to live by the sword, you might die by the sword type of deal, right? Why go around swinging? Because somebody might swing back at you. And that's what happened with some of these guys. They keep swinging at people that don't swing back. And they got mad because while they were swinging around, I decided to uppercut the cunt, right? And
don't swing back. Scott threatened to my life. Don't swing back. Scott Garby said he was going to come here to Ventura, drag me out of Seth's Games and Anime to drag me into the light of 5th edition. So you're not alone. You're not scary, dude.
Yeah. I love how he is always the hero of his own story. He paints these fantasies like, yeah, and you know what? He's like the lying guy. John Lovitz used to play on Saturday Night Live.
My wife. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So Morgan Fairchild is that's who it is. Yeah, it's the ticket.
And when I uppercut the cunt didn't like it because most people don't swing back. Right? And it's not like Scott's going to really swing back too hard, but when I swing back, it can be very hard, right?
Are him and Scott friends? Is that what this is about?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe Scott has mentioned him probably back in the era when he first went after you, like 10 years ago or whatever.
Yeah. No, this is all from God. Who was it? I don't remember his name. Do you remember when they were doing this might even be before your time, Double D, when they were doing the Priors of Gygax, and it was
before my time.
That Scott and Condor were in the same secret club of worshiping Gygax, and this was God, who was it? And it was somebody that was associated with Max, so it was a while back. But yeah, and I think that's how he got on the whole "oh, you compare me with Scott" thing.
God.
I mean, you gotta hand it to him. His memory, despite all the times he gets time wrong, is he holds on.
Mm-hmm.
He holds on to stuff for years. Years. It's like it's his bread and butter.
Oh,
It's,
God, yeah.
He's way past addiction. I don't even know what to call this.
It's like one of those Scottish feuds, between clans. It's like it's forever. Like there's somebody knifes somebody at a clan meeting, in like the 1200s or something, and now every time you see somebody from them, you want to go after them.
It's Montagues and Capulets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no way back.
I'll give it to Paddy for having the fucking nuts to come on.
Thanks. I mean,
I'll give it.
Yeah, and if he's implying, if he's implying that I wouldn't, I propose to him again.
Yes, you have
two sets. I'll come on yours. You come on mine. Let's do it. And he flatly refused. Patently refused.
To him, had the nuts to come on and have the talk with me. That's cool. Hey,
did we get another side eye? Did you catch it? Was it there?
Yep. He can't help himself. All liars. Yep. Can't help themselves.
There was a big confession on his end. I hope people heard it. It's true. I really don't know about you, Steve, and all I hear is all this, these clips and shit people tell me. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's usually how that works.
He still didn't hear the fetal alcohol syndrome.
I know.
Really? I can't tell if he's got a fat lower lip because he's pouting or because his teeth are out.
His teeth are out. I mean, I don't like to get personal, but at this point, fuck him. I don't care. like the person who knew him best, like his poor ex-wife. Every video he makes, it's like a little bit more. I feel sorry for her and what she probably went through in that horrible marriage. Like, I would love to get a hold of her and just find out what this dude was like to live with. He had to be just, unbearable.
I think DM James said he saw her on a video once, but other than a picture, I've never seen her.
Well, she was always on the intro video, like how you can put like a if somebody lands on your channel, you can have like a prepackaged video play up. It was always like him and her just kind of canoodling, I think. And honestly, at the time, I thought well, this guy's kind of an a-hole, but he seems to have a nice wife, and they seem to get along, So I always kind of put that in his corner, and then pretty quickly I realized what he was all about. Bruce Lombardo for 5. We need Don King to return for this epic duel of the fates. Condor TM versus Star Wars Kid. Oh man, I'd pay some quid to see that. Yeah, maybe have Garibay replace Star Wars Kids. Well, that's going back a ways. Yeah,
my money would be on Scott.
Yeah, oh for sure. I wonder how tall Condor is. I'm getting the impression he's not very tall. I'm thinking he's probably 5'4", 5'5", maybe.
I don't know. It's really bad about the connection because I was fucking comfortable. I was ready to sit down for a little while.
Love that little fake laugh. Hold on. Let's go back. Here we go.
I'm like, yeah, dude, that's usually how that works. I don't know. It's really bad about the connection because I was fucking comfortable. I was like, I get to sit down for a little while.
It gives the silent laughter.
Oh, probably a little bit longer than I should have, but I mean, 20 minutes. I get to sit down the fucking stream for 20 minutes instead of standing up. I come at this like work, right?
Oh my god!
Oh my! Of all the whoppers he's told,
come at this like work, dude. Chain smoking. like legit, like that's phoned in. I mean, he practically dialed up in.
I come prepared. Oh my lord. I have heard everything now. I have heard everything. Wow.
Condor, nobody fucking cares, dude.
But I mean, I come at this like work, so I was like, okay, I got to sit down because I got to put these fucking headphones on so I can listen to the guy without having it on speaker. Because if I have it on speaker, my mic's gonna fucking pick it up, and I'm an amateur when it comes to doing this stuff. So I'm like, I don't fucking.
It did. It fucking did.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
If you had your earphones on, we wouldn't have been able to hear what he was saying on the mic, but we did.
It's like the usual suspects. His story's just unraveling, all at once.
Stop talking. Just stop talking.
Just stop talking. Just stop talking, Karen Eater. Just stop.
Oh my god.
I got to sit down and put some headphones on and talk to the guy. And it's like, ready? I was ready to go.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
But it is what it is, right?
God.
I think he said he didn't make a certain point. I hope he got that clear to people. Fair enough. He didn't mean something the way I took it. All right, that part.
No, he was correcting you because you had a factually wrong insult. So he was telling you what the correct insult was. Just still has no clue what was going on. None whatsoever.
I mean, did Paddy even have to be there for
No.
conversation?
No, no, he's quite good at holding conversations all by himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'll completely accept, and if he's saying like, "Look, I wasn't taking a digging for that," fair enough, dude. Fair enough. But it was still shit talk. And my challenge again wasn't about that part that pissed me off. It was just the because I've heard so many guys say, "I'm this," and then do that. All right.
No, it definitely was you mishearing the alcoholic statement. That
Yes.
You drove that point home over. I at one point I had taken notes about how many tweets was it. I stopped at about 57 in like the 4 days. And I'm one to talk, but I don't know, like present some evidence if you're gonna tweet that much at least. And then I think I got to almost 2 hours of being mentioned on stream, and about it being the alcohol thing. And he totally forgot to mention his buddy that committed suicide during that whole point. So funny how that works.
Do we know who his buddy was?
No, he never gave me a name.
Okay. All right.
I think he's talking about Shoner, but I'm not sure.
Shoner didn't do himself.
Yeah, I thought Shoner died about like a heart attack or something.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
it's hard to imagine he has a friend.
He said it was years ago, and rest. Mrs. Parlor says it's bedtime, but rest on her soul. He was
rest in peace, Shoner.
He was a thinker. He was a cool guy, and I know he was important to a lot of people.
Yeah, I never really interacted much with Shoner, but I don't know. He's a very peculiar guy, but I don't know. At the end of the day, he's another one of these guys. Like I didn't bear him any real animosity. He occasionally provided some content, but he did his share of like EFAPing stuff too.
Yeah,
he would do all that stuff. So yeah, I was actually really kind of sad when I heard he passed away. It's look, I'll be sad when I hear Steven passes away. I mean, maybe not completely like altruistically, like there goes the cash cow.
God damn.
You can always make videos about me.
Yeah.
Well, in all seriousness, the wife is calling for me, so I am going to head out. I really appreciate you guys for having me.
I appreciate you, Paddy.
And showing me this. I like I said, I wasn't even considering going back to it, but hearing myself being that clear, I'm like, how the fuck? Okay.
No, there's no glitching. There's no roboting. There's nothing. Like you were being heard the whole time. He just didn't want to listen to anything you had to say.
All right. Well, you guys rock.
Yep. Take care, buddy.
Can't wait to see how the adventure comes out, and I will talk to you soon.
All right, buddy.
Y'all subscribe to Paddy if you haven't yet.
Yes.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye, Paddy. Awesome talking with you.
All right. We'll go a little bit further here. Why not?
Yeah. How often do we get to hang out? So
yeah, exactly. Getting my second wind here.
3 months. See, I heard 30% of what he said. I think he said something happened, something. I don't know. I'll have to watch back the video.
What you gonna do? Talked all over him, trampled all over him.
For a long time right now, I don't know the deal. There's a bunch of what he said I didn't hear. I'm being honest. But I'm not frightened at all to respond to it. I'll go back and listen to it later. I'll do a video responding to whatever he said that I didn't hear, some other maybe accusation. Was it a major one, Black Rose? Something not good about 3 months ago? Did he make an accusation? Did I miss something? If you can inform me, that would be nice. Oh,
this is riveting content here. It's just him interacting with the one guy in his chat. That's gonna be one for the books here.
About crap that wasn't important. See, and what did he say? I don't talk shit about people unless I have all these reasons. We get to it. He has no good fucking reason for anything he said about me. It was negative. It was so unnecessary.
He's never said anything about you.
Yes, never. Sharky's here. Good to see you, Shark. Good Lord.
This is the part that just confuses me. I don't want any trouble with this guy, but let me say some very negative things about him, some degrading words about who this human being is.
It's like a false assumption. Paddy was not saying he didn't want any trouble with you. He was just trying to clarify what he was saying. He creates all these like straw man arguments. Not like 50% of the time, not 70, like 100% of the time, he will just twist everything that happened, and filter it through his, deranged brain.
It's about him, and it's everything in the universe is out to get him.
Yeah.
I make a video about McKellar Rains. It's about him.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this wonderful human being just took her life. How is it about you?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the Fox lady, right?
Yeah, the Fox lady.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we do have a lot of fun saying how his wife left him for his brother and all that. But he maintains that he is an only child, or was an only child, and I'm starting to see that like in him. He kind of has that kind of only child, like wants to be catered to, like mom probably like spoiled him, because the world does seem to revolve always around him, always.
And it's always negative.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, I didn't miss something. It's if you go back and just listen to what he says, all you got to know right away. Intent, everything else. That's why I said, don't try to wave that off. That was shit talk. It's like, fair enough. I know everyone takes their poke. But it's like, dude, you set the standard. I don't force anything on anybody. I don't tell you how. Like, you can shit talk people all day long if that's what you do, and that's your business. Even if you say this is your...
Yeah, all right, so what if that's my business? But all he does is criticize me. Oh, well, he can't do anything else other than shit talk people, even though that's not true. According to what you said, Steven, that should be just fine, right?
I don't even know what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean...
My moron brain can't handle his high-level intellectual boxing,
It's kind of like radiation. Like you have to, like if it builds up in your system too much, like if you get too much of this guy in your system all at once, like you have to like decompress, go into some kind of a special chamber or something.
Yeah, I do.
I think we're rapidly getting to that point here. So we'll go just a little longer, see if there's any whoppers in the next couple minutes. And if not, we'll call it a night.
Your standard, and you shit talk people. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Other than I'll think you're a fucking hypocrite. And I might say out loud that I think you're a fucking hypocrite. But yeah, it's sad the way it went down. Didn't plan that. This is part of me just not knowing the technical side of things, right? It's not something I hooked up with somebody on here. And
You've
just
been
got
on
to
the
know
internet for what, 20 years, you claim? 10 years, multiple accounts.
Again, it's the whole like only child. Oh, I can't do it. My mom used to do it for me. Like I think that was beat into his brain. Same stuff about his RPG. Oh, well, I don't know the technical stuff, about, formatting and layout. It's like, dude, if this is like your life's ambition, that's great. But take a loan out, borrow money, do whatever, get some editing, or
Look it
some
up,
layout
dude.
software.
I mean, Grammarly is free.
Yeah. There is free stuff.
Is free.
Yeah, I mean,
Google Doc is free. You could pay some kid $10 on Fiverr to do it. I do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's a great point. Just use the free software. And now by free, we're not talking about MS, Notepad or whatever you were using.
Use Google Docs. Use Grammarly. It's free,
And no,
use AI.
There is a layout software too, because I was trying to use it for a while, and I can't remember the name offhand.
Affiliate or Affiliate or whatever it's called. That's the free one.
There's another one. There's another
Adobe,
one.
of course, but that's $99 a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not. But I mean, there's cheaper ones he could get, but like I said, there's just like free ones out there that there's probably a couple of them, but no, he's too lazy. I think ultimately he's too lazy to learn that. He's too lazy to learn the technical side of YouTube. I mean, are you seriously telling me after 10 years you can't run a live stream? This guy cannot run a competent live stream after 10 years.
No, if you can't do it, ask. How many times have I texted you and said, "How did you do this?"
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I'm happy to help. If this guy messaged me and said, "Hey, how do you do this?" I would help him. I would say, "I do it like this, Condor." I mean, for all the, bad blood and all that, I would still give, throw the brother a bone and say, "Yeah, you can do this."
Yeah.
Things. And Restream is new to me. Like I started using the solo. I used what was it? The other one, the last StreamYard or whatever it was. I used that with multiple people pretty well. That was the one I was using when I did my interviews. Restream is completely new, and I didn't think I was going to have connect issues.
Exactly
There was a storm.
Yes, I mean it's God. And by the way, Steven, if you're watching, hey, you don't need to restream. You don't need to multi-stream anywhere. You focus on YouTube, but you could do what I'm doing, and I'm just using EV Mux, which is $25 a month. It's probably the same as Restream. It's certainly less than StreamYards these days. And honestly, EV Mux is essentially like a StreamYard clone, essentially. I mean, it's got some other things. Nothing he would be interested in because it would involve work. You can set things up to be kind of custom, but you can just use it out of the box.
Yeah.
So just use EV Mux if this is, causing you grief, Steve.
From here, but I wasn't getting I was watching some videos and checking some stuff out on the internet before I started this, and everything was going fine. So when this started with issues, I was like, that makes no sense. That's why at first I wasn't sure if it was on my end till now.
We are.
But yeah, I think we forget that part of player investment is something a lot of game masters will complain about in the hobby, right? Just to get away from the drama at the start. It's like, I don't want to keep talking about the guy. I don't hate Paddy. I was just disappointed what happened. That's all.
Who knew he was so funny?
I know, yeah. This guy's a comedian. All right. I think we've do the Roberto Duran, no mas. All right. I will. Restream is 16. Okay, yeah, thank you, Death Angel. So yeah, he'll probably want to save the extra $9. It's a shame a 45-year-old guy is concerned about $9. But first of all, OGGM, thank you very, very much.
Thanks for reaching out, buddy.
Yeah, anytime. Yep. All right. Like I said, we'll talk soon.
Hopefully, yeah.
Good job tonight, and
thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and yeah.
All right. Alrighty, so we'll clean up a few chats here. Interact with you guys. StreamYard did screw everybody over. It's like one day you wake up and it's like, oh wait, the price doubled. Hey, I'm telling you, this EV Mux is not bad. But yeah, to further this point, if I know I'm not going to be interacting with like other folks, I had a feeling there'd be some folks who wanted to chime in tonight. Paddy being, of course, the most logical, but it was good to see OGGM. OBS is probably the best if you're looking to do this and you want to do a good job, and start learning OBS. Start getting your streams looking the way you want them to look. But like I said, this is perfectly fine for just kind of an impromptu stream. With friends. I'll tell you a little bit about the Shadow Dark game that I'm running. Like I said, we're taking a little bit of a break from Birthright right now, so I really kind of like it. If you follow me on X, I put a map out yesterday that I just kind of drew up a city that the guys were going to, and so they went there. The city of Mornwyn in the Azure Isles. Lots of fun there. Basically, kind of based on like Tortuga, kind of very freewheeling. A lot of piracy there. A lot of underhanded, shady stuff going on. But it was perfect for them. They're trying to launder a treasure they got. They won this legendary treasure back where they were. So, as I'm making this map, I'm thinking like, all right, so what could be a good hook here? What could be a good setup for them? And I was immediately thinking of Fistful of Dollars or Yojimbo. And I said, these guys are, kind of, they're kind of rapscallions, rascals, if you will. Maybe they want to make money by playing two sides against each other. So kind of had an epiphany. There can be a situation where there's two factions in this city, and one is the Master of Mornwyn, essentially the mayor, who's corrupt but has legitimacy, and then the nephew of kind of like the leader of the Southern Continent, who kind of keeps an eye on this island chain through the Master of Mornwyn. It's that guy, Calder Karen. It's his nephew, Alaric Karen, and he's a very charismatic guy, but doesn't have any legitimacy. So they both kind of want to, maintain, their power base in this city and expand it. But they also, and this is where the party comes in, they each have 2 pearls of a 5-pearl magical necklace. Each pearl does something magical, but it doesn't do anything until the whole necklace is complete. The necklace of the drowned god, or the drowned sea. I can't remember what it was called. So of course they get recruited by the Master of Mornwyn. Hey, he kind of sees the treasure they're bringing into the city, through his spies. And he says, hey, you guys look like you're pretty good. Can you help me find this last pearl? And he, of course, warns them against his foe. Well, they agree, and they're like, okay, we'll see what we can do. So they leave, and he, of course, promises the moon to him. And then as soon as they come out, the other side has eyes on him too, and they're like, hey, why don't you can you come with us for a moment? And they give their side. He reveals he has 2 pearls. But he was a lot more cool. We're talking about the nephew now, Alaric Karen. And he's basically telling him like, hey, that guy's going to stab you in the back, you understand, when he gets the 5th pearl. Why don't you just get it for me instead? If I'm going to stab you, I'll stab you in the front. So they now have this, and this is always a good situation to put your group in. They get choices, but there's like so much meat on that bone. Who do they genuinely work for? who are they playing, or are they playing both sides and trying to get rich playing them against each other? You always have to remember, though, too, when you play both sides against each other, if you get caught, and you see this like in A Fistful of Dollars, if you get caught, you get hurt. If you remember, Clint Eastwood gets caught, and he gets the crap beaten out of him. So it's a dangerous game, but it could be a profitable one. So you have to give them value if they're doing that. But if they get sloppy, you have to, kind of interpret that and be like, okay. So anyway, I really kind of like the way it's going, and they seem very interested. If your group is talking to each other a lot about what's going on and what options they can take, and they're just endless options. Oh, we could do this. We could do this. That's kind of how as a GM that you've given them something, given them a horse that they can ride, as they used to say. So we'll see where it goes. Overall, I'm kind of happy how this little mini campaign is playing out. And I tell you one thing I do like about Shadow Dark is the fact that the carousing will, if you spend money, man, you can go up these low levels pretty quickly. Hey, Robert, how you doing? $5. I think Condor should be removed from society, from what I'm hearing tonight. He seems like a horrible self-righteous person. Well, you got that correct about the self-righteousness. Don't know if he needs to be removed from society. I'd like to think, I am a Christian, so I'd like to think he can be shown forgiveness and grace at some point. But we'll have to see. Yeah, OGGM. Yeah, how is this simple game? Yeah, honestly, the rules don't get in the way. I still do like the OSR games, but I got to tell you, I'm including Shadow Dark as OSR, and I know there's a lot of folks who, they have a bug up their butt, about. I think a lot of it's, just kind of like jealousy and, but guys, just, you got to learn to embrace the people who aren't trying to kill you or trying to stab you in the back. Yeah. Thank you, Spin. Yeah. I know you were a fan of that map I drew. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of crossover. I was kind of noticing that we do kind of tend to blend those two, even though, there's definitely some space between the age of piracy and, medieval knights, and all that stuff. But it's fun. All you got to do is just take away the cannons and, basically you're set. Let's see here. Oh, Crafty Matt. Yeah. Go Irish. If you know, Yep. See, I watched some of the Penn State game. I watched Texas. Of course, I watched Texas, Ohio State. Boy, Mr. Manning has some work to do in his game. Has a few holes in his game, but he'll be okay. Got a pretty good pedigree. I think he'll pull out of it. I can't go wrong with A Fistful of Dollars. Yeah, take inspiration. You have to understand that you can't seek to run that type of, you can't be like, oh, this is going to be great. When they do this, all you can do is give them the setup. So if you were actually running Fistful of Dollars and say like a Western game, the only thing you can really do is give the factions and here's what's going on. And then of course you have the person who's going to shepherd you through it. In Clint Eastwood's case, it was, the innkeeper. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was kind of his friend and guide. Kind of showed him what's going on. That's all you do. Maybe they're like, I don't want to have anything to do with this. And it's your job as a DM to say, okay, think of something else. Solo play. Well, I hope you can find somebody else to play with. Keep in mind, guys, I mean, I don't know. You may seem like weird, but like, I don't think there's anything wrong with like one-on-one games. Like kind of like a Conan type character. You got to beef up their hit points a little bit, obviously, but maybe give him an NPC as a sidekick. Yeah, hopefully you can find at least one or two people. You can have good gaming with one or two people. It's not verboten. You do not always need 4 people, or between 4 and 6 or 7. Spin the Lighthouse is where Alaric Caron, called the Young Hawk, the foe of the Master Mormon. That's actually his hideout. So that's also something you kind of think of, when you do this after a while. Not only are they ideologically opposed, they're physically opposed on that map too. They're like across from each other. So there's a kind of, as George Lucas would say, there's symmetry. It rhymes. So yeah, you can do little tricks like that. Yes, the intrigue. I think they're enjoying it. Yeah. Yes. And yeah, I fully expect that too. Yeah. You have to understand, sometimes they're not thinking the way you're thinking, the way it could go. And that's when you just have to calculate, okay, what are the chances of them doing this? Yeah, the choice between, I like that, JP. Choice between a blessing and a curse is a knife at the throat. John Grant, Condor makes DSP look adequate. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, look, Phil has staying power at least. I mean, I suppose Condor does in a way, but Phil's been pretty remarkable in his run. Yeah. You want to see if they can manipulate events. But I'll tell you something else I love. So Crazy Mouse's character is from this island chain, but he wasn't paying attention to that stuff. His character's young, and we just kind of said, yeah, it would probably be a good idea if you were just worried about yourself while you were here, the time you were here, and you were just doing your own thing and weren't paying attention to, the Game of Thrones, so to speak. But, he came back, obviously with the group, so he's kind of back in his old city. And then they do carousing, they pay the 100, and because they want to do a shitload of carousing, to get the experience points. And, he got the one where you make like an NPC enemy, I think, through like it says something like you challenge a rival, dungeon crawler. He did this, but he got the exact same result before. And he got this one. And I'm thinking, and I'm like, ooh, here's what happens. You find an old suitor, you guys were both after the same girl. You saw this suitor, and I guess the game that they always play is like Mumbly Peg. So somehow Crazy Mouse's character wins in Mumbly Peg, and I had so they reconnected, and obviously it didn't go well for his foe. And I had the foe say, as he was leaving, leaving the bar that night, basically saying, that girl was a whore anyway. You can find her over at the Widow's Net, which is like a bordello, like a house of ill repute, if you will. So all of a sudden now you're giving him an NPC enemy that could be running around the city. And who knows, sometimes enemies don't stay enemies, but you also give him like an old flame. What's she up to? He may, his character may not care, but it's a thing I love about, this thing we do, this art form, so to speak. Just kind of like on the spot, and then you don't know where it's going to go. Oh yeah. Yeah, Florida State, man. What a bounce back, huh? Yes, Shark. Shark is the historian. Yep. Captured by pirates in his day. Yep. Ever the politician. Good night, sweetheart. Yep. Good to see you. Yeah, and I think we are just about done. Cal's going to bed. Yeah, everybody's going to bed. Okay. I think that is it. Thank you guys. Oh, you've met TSP. Something tells me there's a story there, Matt. If there's something juicy, just message me on X. I'd love to hear it. Okay, that's all, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Much appreciated. Thanks for enduring Condor. You're gonna have to decompress tomorrow, so just know that. Yeah, DB, thank you, brother. All you guys over on Rumble. Sorry the chat wasn't showing over here. I wasn't seeing that. I don't know what went wrong, but we rolled with it. I think I got most of the tips and super chats over there. I do appreciate them all, just like I appreciate all the super chats and memberships over here on YouTube. You guys always kill it, and you make this thing worth doing. Yeah, definitely hit that like button. Get it out to more people. Oh yeah, DSP story. He's an old fighting game community dog. He's completely different in person. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Most people are. I'm generally not. Kind of what you see is what you get. I don't know. That could be good and bad. Yeah, technical difficulties. All right, guys. That's all. Have a great Labor Day. Hope you guys are getting some good family time and friend time. And if you're gaming, like I said, happy gaming. All right, peeps. Take care. Love y'all. Till we talk again. Probably Wednesday night, but who knows? Maybe I'll sneak a video in there somewhere too. All right. Take care.